Hello, I am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome to a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. I forgot to pull up some things. I forgot the thing needs to come out. Finally made it to a run stream. Nam PTSD and the Wolf Ian, welcome. Hello. I forgot to pop out the friggin' chat. It's one of those days where I'm going to forget a bunch of things. Good day to try and get ourselves a sub 1 hour, 10 minute time in cluster speed space thing. In Kerbal Space Program, in the Tuck category, Tech Tree Unlock, career mode, which is what we'll be doing today. And I've had to think about it. I've had a watch back at the last run. Currently, if I were to open up Live Split over here, then you will see that our current time in Tech Tree Unlock category, Tech Tree Unlock career mode, is 1 hour 13 minutes. On the button too, 11300. Hate to break a 00, 00s are nice, but I'm going to because there's an easy way to save an additional 3 minutes, plus the time save that we can get back from just doing things better, because in this run over here, if you saw it, then you'll note that I forgot to put the solar panels on the first ship that lands on Minmus, which is made it a little bit more difficult and complicated and threw me off, and then we got science coming in that blocked and jammed up, and that was more time loss that we got, and it got me tilted. And it also made it, significantly more difficult. Still managed to do it, and still managed to get a 113 without solar panels on a ship with a constantly running probe on it. So hey, apparently I'm okay at the game and can recover from errors like that. But I'd say we lost 2 to 3 minutes, probably closer to 3 minutes, by that one little error, not having solar panels on the ship. And then in watching back that run, I saw a place where I can save another 3 minutes. So we are going sub 110 today in this category, come hell or high water. I might run this, just gonna see the route, says the Wolfian. Good, because as you'll note here, in the past 2 days, and it says 4 days ago, but in just the past 2 days, Greybeard Gaming has taken up my challenge, and I believe, I haven't had a chance to watch it because I just saw it before I started up this live stream, but I believe run my route in order to drive science mode down of the same category in the science game to 52 minutes, 56 seconds, picked up the gauntlet, took up my challenge, did it, and I will kill everyone that you love, you son of a bitch! Give me back my world record! I mean, it's lovely to have extra runners in the category, enjoying it. No, but that's great, because it means that I have the option, the freedom. I had said I'm not going to run that category again until or unless somebody beats my world record, and now I'm free, if I choose, to try and run it again. And we've gotten so much faster at these methods that I think that that's a sub 50 category. I'd be interested to see what Greybeard Gaming does if he just ran my route directly. Incidentally, it's speedrun.com/KSP, and then find this category, and there's the video of it, of Greybeard Gaming beating my world record, and it looks from the splits like, yeah, like that's my route, and there's absolutely that time save. I knew it was there, so good on you for having done it. And if you are trying to find these runs, then, you'd go to KSP, and it'll dump you out here on 100%. You go over to Miscellaneous, Tech Tree, and the science category in particular, and you'll find these runs. But today, we're focusing on this category, which I hold multiple unofficial world records in, because we're still grinding it down to where I'm satisfied and ready to submit, and nobody else has. So, But I'm eager. I'm eager to get in here and run for the time save that I believe that I can get. And we'll just see if my hands and my brain are up to it today. But there's a major simplification of this routing that I realized while I was watching it back. And it's not like a big change to the route, but it is, kind of. So we build the first 2 ships that just hop around the KSC and grind science from the local biomes. Then we build the 3rd ship, which goes up and comes back down, does nothing else. Very quick ship to launch, just to go out of atmosphere, just to hit space for the first time, and allow us to pick up some extra science, which gets us the points that we need to build the ship that we launched to Minmus. When we launched for Minmus, I did the math on the science that I have been collecting and found out that, 1, I do not need to collect science on the launch pad, which is a bit of a waste of time. 2, I do not need to collect science in high atmosphere over Kerbin, which is a bit of a waste of time. 3, I do not need to collect science in low space over Kerbin, which is a bit of a waste of time. 4, I do not need to collect science in high space over Kerbin, which is a bit of a waste of time. I don't have to collect any science on that mission on the way to Minmus until we are at Minmus, until we are in Minmus's SOI. I can fly that 4th mission and that 4th ship straight to Minmus and then start gaming for science, and we will still have a slight excess of science that we need so long as I get everything that I'm supposed to get while I'm out at Minmus. So that science along the way has just turned into, safety science for like a marathon run, but we're going for a world record speed run. We don't have to stop there. We don't have to get him out. We don't have to take EVAs. We don't have to reset and restore our, experiments. We don't have to do any of that over the first 4 stops of the speed run. So that is 3 minutes time save at least, and we're gonna get it. Hello, Danky. Welcome to the speed run. Hey, Pawn, how's it going? Light Guy 89. It's going good. I'm sipping some Canada Dry. I'm staying dry. Are you staying dry, or are you wet? Shh, Pawn. Shh. All right, resume saved. So we had TTUC World Records 3, 4, and apparently 5. I'm going to assume that 5 is the latest one. And if it is, then I'm going to go ahead and delete those previous 2, and we'll keep those game files around for, I don't know what reason. But that means we're on to TTUC World Record 6. Trying to just get to the world record that I feel like, okay, this is worth submitting now. I didn't significantly mess that up, and I'm not leaving time on the table that's obvious. So hopefully we're there now with this last little adjustment to the routing. I think we'll go with, I'm torn between satellite and rings. I'm going to go with rings today for this run. And need to warm up, probably have a couple of failed starts, a couple of scrubbed launches before we get going. So, let's see, it's been, I took a day off here, so it's been all of 2 days since I ran this thing. Let's see if I can't get it going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0! And we go. And we go. Alright, so first off, yeah, I like that. I got it. Alright, so U, and I put a solid booster on the bottom of U. I give myself a parachute, that's always helpful. I get some science on there, which is 1, 2, 3. 3 of U on there. We get in here and we say the thrust limiting needs to be around there, solid fuel needs to be around there. We want it staged for U and U, and then we launch it. And that's 27 seconds started. Beginning of the day, I'm always way better at this. I think also the game runs a little bit faster because I've just started it up. So that might be helping us a bit more too. EVA report from here, take the data out, reboard, SAS on, go, and pull me over here. That's a little bit low on that. I'm going to need you to go just slightly higher. And then I'll pop the parachute now, observe the mystery goo. Get out of my way because I'm going to need that crew report before you touch down. Crew report. Thank you very much. 4 times fizz. Whoa! And then EVA, and get me that EVA report. Thank you. Take the data out of here, reboard, and then I need the crew report, and that's a recovery in 1:12. KSP speedrun, now that's something interesting, says Watan. Yeah, maybe. Okay, come on, get out of my way. There you go. Research, as long as we got the science to do this, and we're good. And then back into the VAB, we're going to add the science that we just bought to this craft. And we're going to do that mission again. So that's a thermometer and a barometer. But we're going to do it from the runway, where there's fresh science to be had, is the idea here. So we'll start out with observing the mystery goo and taking the crew report, bang bang. And then we'll come over here, and I want the pressure data, and I want to pin that, thank you. And I want the temperature, and I want to pin that as well, thank you. And then you can get out, get me that EVA. I want you to take the data out of there to clear the crew report. I want you to take the data out of each one of these to clear those out. Reboard, SAS on go. And we fly over in this general direction. And as we go, we'll... I went too high. Observe mystery goo. We'll log temperature. Son of a biscuit. You dropped the brown... No, it's right there, Pawn. Okay. Log the pressure data off of there, and I went way too high, so now this 4 times fizz warp down is going to take 4 friggin' ever. But hey, what can you do? It's the first run of the day. Mistakes were made. I was wondering if you can shorten the money game. Ooh, oh, Jesus! I didn't see where we were coming down. I also didn't prep for this. So observe mystery goo again. Give me the crew report from landed. Thank you. I need you to get out. I need you to get out. I need you to get out. Take the EVA. I need you to take the data out of here. Take the data out of here. Reboard, and then log pressure data, log temperature, and that's a recovered vessel. And we're 11.5 seconds faster, even with the high launch, apparently. Presuming we've got the science that we need to buy here and here, then we're good to build the 3rd ship. So building the 3rd ship, we're going to take some time in putting this together because it's going to be helpful to us later. We want 3 mystery goos, positioned as such. We want barometer, thermometer, obviously, but just 1 of each. So you and you, and then you're going to get yourself a parachute, sir. And then we're not going to need this now, but we will need it later, so might as well throw it on. A blader, followed by a decoupler. And then under Science, Science Junior goes on as well, and from here we actually build the ship, which is starting with 1, now it's 2, now it's 4, now it's 8. And then we put a swivel engine on the bottom, all that, and take a final look, looks good, launch it. So that's the 3rd ship built. And from here, we want to do some science. The things that we haven't done yet are log temperature from here. Thank you. We haven't done pressure data from here. Thank you. And then SAS throttle to full and go. And as we're going up, at 2 times fizz warp, incidentally, I will start pinning some things because we're going to use these a whole bunch throughout the rest of this run. Whoa, 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 oh, shit. That's a scrubbed launch, and that might be a scrubbed, speed run there. Just, it overreacted, and then I overreacted. SAS on throttle to full. Get me these again. I overreacted in response to it. You, pin, you, log pressure data, pin, and go, and 2 times fizz warp. I'm gonna hold it this time, please. And then you, I'm gonna have 1 of you, gonna have 1 of you, gonna want the AppWaps reading for later. I want you as well. And then this also. And final thing is we're going to desire the crew report. And now that we're at 80 kilometers on the AppWaps, I can go ahead and log the temperature, overwrite. I didn't get him out. Oh, no. The last thing you're supposed to be doing here, Pawn, is collecting all. And I need the temperature, I need the pressure data, I need 1 of these mystery goos, and I need a crew report from high Atmo. And then as we come up, by the way, collect all that. As we come up, we can't get out to do anything, so no, we just go into space, Pawn, and then in space, you want to log the temperature, log the pressure data, get a mystery goo, conduct a materials study, and take a crew report. All of those things, and having done all of those things, with 2 times fizz warp, I'll turn the ship down, fire it up, and go ahead and start getting us going back down toward the planet. Thank you, I should be done with you. Get me on my retrograde, and warp me into atmosphere. And then go 4 times on the fizz warp there. Be somewhere around your retrograde when I turn the SAS off. Okay, I'll turn the SAS back on since you're doing like that. It's fine. We'll just hold you there. And then, what am I done with? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. We did collect all. We didn't collect all. Collect all. So last will be, I'm done with you as well. And then the parachute needs to be staged for... really 750 is what I'd like, but I'm late on the configuration, so I guess it'll be 800. And we're down. Still 4 times Fizz Warp. Hit the water. Give me Mystery Goo. Give me pressure data. Give me temperature. Give me crew report. All of those things. Then you can get out. And you can give me the EVA report. Reboard. And recover the vessel. And we lost time. Thanks to having to launch the craft twice. But we're still doing okay. 111. Now what we want to be able to buy is electrics. Along with you. And you. And if I can, then I haven't fucked this up. And if I can't, then I have fucked this up. I missed some science, and we'd already lost time, so I think we just call this a scrubbed mission. Scrubbed run. You know, 7 minutes, 40 seconds. Not bad. That's a hard reset. Want to update your times? Yes, I do. We got a new gold there? Sure. So that one's done. Wow, you get science really quickly. Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest part of this I have found is just having the menus open, remembering what you need to get, and not missing stuff. I don't know what I missed on that last one, but, you know, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Except for start a new one, and go again at it. Now, Condor70, hello, by the way. Wondering if you could shorten the money game by buying upgrades during step 1 or 2 instead of waiting for step 3. I have a little adjustment to the money game after watching it. I feel like there's probably still some optimization that could go into the money game that I'm not seeing and that I'd need more experience running to figure out what would probably be the best. But there is one more optimization I'm going to try and put into this run when we get to it, and that is before we launch the ship for Minmus, we go into the money game and we start grinding things out, and I want to make sure that before I start building the ship for Minmus, that one, I've got the money that I need to build the ship, because I messed that up in the last run, but on top of the money that I need to build the ship, basically I want to get 150 grand before I start building that ship. Then when I launch with that ship, that'll consume about 35 grand. We land on Minmus, we come back to unlock the R&D center, and at that point, I will use the excess money that I collected, along with the money that I got for, you know, world's firsts and stuff like that, in order to buy into the full upgrade of mission control, so that I can get all of the contracts that I'm allowed to get in the game at that point. And then we can take all of the money, you know, for upgrading R&D and go back out and carry on. But that'll get that upgrade done at the most opportune time, I think. Do I have the DLC? I do, but not here. I don't think. I don't think it's installed here. I downloaded this copy direct from KerbalisSpaceProgram.com. I've also got it on Steam, but I wanted a clean copy for the speed run. And the fact that when I start a career mode, I don't see the ping pong ball making history pack thing, I presume that in this install I don't have the DLC stuff in. And I don't know if that's, you know, something that would be of concern for the speedrun, if the moderators or if the runners have had a conversation about whether or not DLC is okay or not. But I don't know. But that's where we stand. Let's get another one started. First run was pretty good until it suddenly wasn't, because we didn't have the science. So let's do it again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off and away. I'm gonna do this little trick again. I like it. And then you, shut up. Give me the things, attach you. We want you to there. I want the science, 3 of you on. We need the solid fuel down to there. We need thrust limited to somewhere around there. And then I need some staging and launch. 25 seconds. 26, really. It was the high 25, but damn, that's going well. Okay, now observe the mystery goo while we're waiting for it to open. Stack the crew report on top of it. EVA me. And then we'll take the science out of, well, we'll get the EVA report, and then we'll take the science out of here in order to clear space for the next crew report. SAS on. I staged it! You lying sack of lying. It's actually still doable here. Observe mystery grew it. I love the minions. And then you, get out. Give me the EVA report and take the data out of here. And then reboard, which will allow me to get the crew report from landed. Thank you. And then one more mystery goo should do us. This is out of sequence because of the way that things happen for me. So that should be that, I think. See how much science we pulled back. 31-3, is that what I want? I don't, it sounds familiar. You and you, and then back over to VAB. Now that we've just unlocked a little bit of extra science, we can grab the thermometer and put you on, and we can grab the barometer and put you on, and then transfer it over to the spaceplane hangar to launch it to the runway, where we can get fresh, clean science that we haven't already gotten. Mystery Gumi again, this time crew report. Thank you, bing bang. And then you, sir, get out, give me the EVA report. And then take the data out of there, reboard. Oh, I forgot. Pawn, you're supposed to log pressure data and pin that. And you're supposed to log temperature and pin that as well. And then I need the fella to get out, because he needs to take the data, reboard, SAS on, go. Again, the staging was incorrect, and so now that's a scrubbed run, because we can't get to another. I forgot the staging was wrong, even though I staged it. I don't know what the hell went wrong there. I fucking set up the maybe it did that thing where I thought I dropped it in the staging, but it just dropped somewhere else. KSP, the user interface is so good. Jeez, I can't talk today. Blue Man Bad, back for 6 months worth of subscription, half a year's worth of Big Dick Club membership. Thank you for the sub and welcome back to it. I didn't drag it far enough. Yeah, because, you know, the UI is so good here. So let's start it up again. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Contract before 3 ship? Don't need it. So I'm not going to go for it. Straight in. Thank you. And then you go there. Give me a parachute on top. Give me my 3 mystery goos. Slap them on there. Thrust limit to... No, too much. There you go. Somewhere around, need 28. Yep. And then drag it down. You're in it, right? Good. No, launch it. Cancel. Launch it. 31 seconds. Not good. But, you know, it's a long speed run, so we can drop a little time here and there on stuff like that. So we get both of those, and then we can take the data out, because that's still open. That's interesting. And then EVA report me from here. You reboard, SAS on, and go. Pull me over to this direction, generally speaking. That should be enough height, and while we're going, I will observe Mystery Goo, pop that parachute, get the crew report up. Thank you, and then 3 times fizz warp me down. And now that we're on the ground, give me the mystery goo again, give me the crew report, stack them on top of one another. Okay, we didn't because we need to get out first, that's right, I forgot. So you, EVA report me, thank you, take the data out of here, reboard, get that crew report, and recover. Yeah, we're a little bit behind. But it's no big deal. Okay. Just want to buy into these next 2 tiers of science and do the whole thing again. Except this time we're going to have additional science on the ship for additional science from the ship. So switch me over to the editor, launch it from here now. Zoom in a bit in the black screen. Yeah, a little bit too much is what you did there. Observe mystery goo, get me the crew report. Over here we want to take the data from, we want to log the pressure data and pin it. We want to log the temperature data and pin it. We want this fella to get out, give us that EVA report. Take the data from you, and from you, and then reboard, SAS on, and go. And you can stay good and low for this. Because you're just going to observe mystery goo, and pop the parachute, you're going to observe mystery goo, you're going to log pressure data, you're going to log temperature data from in-flight, and then with all of that grabbed, we're going to get down on the ground, might as well open up the next mystery goo for when we land. Mystery goo plus the crew report, both of those, I need you to get out, I need you to EVA, I need to take the data out of here for a final crew report. I need to take the data out of all of this so I can get all this data. Bing, bing. Reboard. And then log the temperature, log the pressure data, crew report me, and that should be a recovered vessel. 303. Not bad. We pulled it back on the second ship. In terms of time loss, it's 53 science. I think that's the right amount. So here and here we buy, and then we build the third ship. Why not EVA in flight? You cannot, I can't, because we're in career mode and we don't have the ability to get out of the ship yet. So we put on the barometer, put on a thermometer. I need the 3 mystery goos from high. There you go. You can have yourself a parachute. And then we want a heat shield, not for this mission, but for the next one, and we'll be using this again, so might as well throw it on while we're building it. Decoupler, sure. And then back to the science, because we bought into the Science Junior, want to bring that with us. And now we build the ship, so it's 1, it's 2, it's 4, it's 8, ladies and gentlemen, by today. And then a swivel on the bottom of it, and the staging is correct. We'll just launch it. We'll zoom as we come in. We already have all of the science data from here except for our thermometer. Log the temperature and pin it, and our barometer. No, log pressure data, and you're pinned. SAS, throttle to full, go. 2 times fizz warp on that while we're going up. I'll start pinning out these mystery goo container units, because we're going to use all of them plus the Science Junior as we go up. So you, there, you as well, down here, and then we're also going to want to be taking crew reports. And of course we're going to be collecting everything up. So collect all, down here. Oh shoot, my periaps went a little bit high there, it's fine. Now that we're high enough for this, I can log pressure data, log temperature, take a mystery goo, get a crew report. All of those are things we want. 4 times fizz warp until we hit space. We're in space now. Oh yeah, collect all, because I want to log pressure data, log temperature, give me another mystery goo, give me the materials study from the Science Junior, and the crew report, stack all those up. Again, can't get out of the ship now, currently. If I have anything left in this ship, blow me out that way. Go ahead and drop it. Get me on something that will qualify as my retrograde eventually. Time warp back down. And then fizz warp times 4. This is not how we usually do this. Collect all the data. We'll be fine. And then parachute. Should be a water landing. We're coming down so fast and direct, though. I'm going to pop this off at like 4K. Just to be extra safe. Because we are coming down. Oh, did I not collect all at the right time for the Science Junior data? That could be problematic. 4 times down, log pressure data, log temperature, give me the mystery goo, and give me the crew report from here. That's all of that information, then we get you out. You do an EVA for me. Reboard, recover the vessel. If I didn't collect all for the Science Junior data, then we're effed. So back over here, and we buy electrics, and we buy into you. And we buy into that, and I've done that. So that's what I've done wrong the last 2 runs, is that I haven't collected all before I dropped the Science Junior. Good. Now that we know what it is that I'm doing wrong, thank you for catching it, little magnets. I can not do it. No, I can do not it. I can not do it. Pawn honey, say hi to me. Hello, Pie. Pawn babes, don't do this to me. I'm high on a train in another country. I'm gonna effing die. Hi. Don't die, Pie. Hi. Nice gold from recovering ship 3. Maybe because we didn't do a thing that we needed to, but it's just a matter of clicking the collect all button, so I think we can keep golding on that split if we wanted to. That's just another restart. Why do I want a ginger ale all of a sudden, says Graybeard Wizard, the son of a bitch, you took my world record, I'm gonna get you. Oh, that was so cool. Like, ask Lady Pawn when I, like, came out, when I saw that you had taken the world record on that category, I, like, came out of the room with a big smile on my face. Somebody beat my world record. Congratulations, Graybeard, on the win there. Now I can compete against you if I so choose. Because I wasn't going to run against my own run, and now that I've gotten good at this one, you know, like, the skills that I've picked up while running this one, I'm like, oh man, I could have done that so much better. I was hoping you'd say that, this is Graybeard was. Absolutely, absolutely. I love to have, you know, it's just, it's fun when people play, you know? When everybody gets together, you get in the sandbox and you're alone and you got a little Tonka truck, you little guy, and the Superman comes, the big Tonka truck turns into a transformer, and that can be fun. But it's then fun when somebody else comes in the sandbox and says, and then Godzilla comes, and you're like, oh no, don't kill me, Godzilla. And Godzilla's like, okay, let's have tea. And then everybody gets around for a little tea set, and like, I quite enjoy this. What is it? Oh, it's chamomile. You know, it's fun when there's more people in the sandbox, is what I'm saying. It's a cool category because it's relatively short. Yeah, for Kerbal Space Program, relatively short, and the routing pretty damn straightforward. You know, I've tried to make it as straightforward in this one as that one, but that's just not possible with all the money game stuff. But okay, we keep going. This time, don't forget to collect all on the Science Junior before you throw it away. Thou'st get thine pawn. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Life's relatively short. Is it? Hang on. Yeah, I like doing that. Right. And then Werner, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me until... What? Okay. That's time lost to the fact that there's a button there that switches the image of it. That's more time lost. I'm missing all the clicks. Yeah, I'm clicking in the wrong places too. So you to there, thrust limiter down to, that's a little bit low, 28 on you, stage it, you down to here, launch. Still 31's fine. Okay, we're in, give me the mystery goo. Looks cool though, doesn't it? Crew report as well, and then EVA me, get that EVA report, take the data out of here, restore, SAS, go, pull, stand low could be good here, pawn. Too low. Alright, get the mystery goo, get the crew report, both of you, 4 times fizz down, will be an R&D. Okay, and then another mystery goo crew report. Well, I can't do the crew report yet because he's got to get out. He's got to take the EVA. And I could have clicked take data while it was still open. Take data, reboard, crew report. And that should be that. Sometimes I get confused. There's a lot of things to click in certain order, you know? So there, get rid of you. And hopefully we've got the science for it. I'll find out when I go clicking and stuff. Get back in here. Back into the same ship build, and all we're going to do is add the science that I just bought in R&D to this ship. So I want you there, want you there, and then we switch it over to the spaceplane hangar and launch it to the runway, where we have fresh, clean, uncollected science that we can take. And this one takes a little bit longer. Observe the mystery goo. While you're doing that, I'll log the pressure data, I guess. While you're doing that, oh no, you're supposed to pin that. Log the temperature, pin that. Give me this, pin you over there. Don't forget the crew report. I'm going out of sequence now. All of those things, I want you to come out. I want you to take the data, and then don't forget to get your EVA. Reboard, SAS on, go. Okay, yeah, you can stay good and low here, pawn. And go ahead and pop your chute. Observe mystery goo. Log temperature, log pressure data. Hit the VAB. I didn't think at those speeds that we were gonna explode. I thought we were just gonna like smack off of it. That's the best split yet. Okay, maybe that's a hard reset. I don't know. Quit to the main menu. Alright, TTUC World Record 6. Sometimes it takes a minute to get these things started. Thank you. Thank you, Echo Apache. And Electro Llama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! I think I goed on the right go. Yeah. And then Werner, don't talk to me in the morning till I've had my coffee. Oh, I've had my coffee, actually. Lady Pawn made me the coffee. Alright, so attach the science. Go ahead and solid fuel me to 28. Thrust limit me to 29. Stage me to this. And click the go button. 26 seconds. Way more respectable than what I've been doing. Now, a little bit of zoom while we're in the black screen. Give me this. Give me crew report. Bing, bing. EVA out. Take the data. Then get the EVA. Board, SAS, go. Wrong direction. Over here will do. You can be lower than that. Fire the parachute early. What the hell? Observe the mystery goo. Crew report me. And get us down. As long as we don't land on a building, we should be okay. And while I'm coming down, I'll be ready on you. Observe mystery goo now that we're on the ground. Crew report. Nope, that's while flying over Kerbin. Shoot, that's a waste of time now. Observe mystery goo. Get out. EVA report. Take the data. Reboard. Crew report. Recover vessel. Still 120. I was just flying. Even though I made a mistake. Okay, that's fine. I got it. Into here. Engineering. We make these 2 purchases just to get us some extra science. Then right back into the VAB where we're going to attach that science to the exact same ship. So you go over here. Barometer over here. Push it over to the spaceplane hangar and launch it to the runway. Where again, we have, empty. This will be clean data that we haven't collected already. Observe the mystery goo while you grab the crew report. Sure, then grab me the pressure data and pin that. And grab me the... God damn it. Log the temperature of the barometer and pin that. Thank you. And then SAS on, no. Yes. SAS on and go. Okay, I'm getting very confused now. Ooh. Okay, don't fly into the VAB this time, maybe. Pop the parachute early. Observe the mystery goo. I didn't take the data out. That's what I was supposed to do. Damn it! I can't get a run started. I can't get a damn run started. I'm supposed to get out and do those things. I'm like also updating my patterns and stuff as we go and trying stuff. The fact that I right-click for the crew report means that the UI window is still open. So if I take the data out before I collect the EVA, that's a little bit more efficient. But every time you change the sequence in which you do a thing, it has to, you got to get muscle memory for it, and then I'm confusing myself doing things out of order and then missing things. Graybeard. Holy pooples, this one's down to just over an hour? Yes. Yes, it is. And we're going to take it sub 110 today. If I could just get one started over here. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's see if we can't get one started here. Ready? Yeah. Straight in. And then you... Give me... Don't change the color of the thing. Select it and pull it out. What if? What if? I know it's crazy, but what if? Okay, 3 of you, I'm just going to put you on anywhere. Solid fuel down to 28. Thrust limiting to 27. Staging. Done. Staging. You son of a bitch. That's what happened on the first launch. 33 seconds instead of 28 because the UI sucks. We'll zoom in the black screen. Give me mystery goo. Crew report. Bing bang. Get out. Take the data from there immediately. And then EVA. Reboard. SAS. Go. Pull you over in this general direction. Turn down a bit more. We'll observe the mystery goo and get the crew report as we go. And then 4 times phys warp to get us down. Be ready with the mystery goo as we land. Mystery goo. Thank you. No, we're still phys warped. EVA. Take your EVA. take the data out of there, reboard, get the crew report, recover vessel. Good 120 to start. And then into R&D, thanks, I've got it. Research, research. And then back into the VAB where we add in this science that we just purchased in R&D. So, ooh, we've got music. Okay, you go there. This is interesting. You go there. If I've got it in the right place, it will actually help. Switch over to the spaceplane hangar, launch it out to the runway where we can take new science that we haven't already had. And give me the mystery goo, crew report, both of those, and then I want you, like so, and pinned, and you, like so, and pinned, and you, get out. Take the data out of here, take the data out of here, take the data out of here, and don't forget to get your own EVA. Reboard, and SAS on, and go. A little bit higher, please. A little bit less in the direction of the VAB. Pop that parachute early for safety. Observe the mystery goo, log the temperature, log the pressure data, log the pressure data. All three of those get us back down on the ground. And the last mystery goo will be here. And then I'm going to EVA you immediately. Oh, you don't need to do that, but you can take data, EVA, reboard, get me the crew report, and the mystery goo. Yeah, I did this in a bad order. And that should be that. 302. And back into R&D to buy some science and some basic rocketry that I can't afford. Fuck, I missed something. God damn it. The hell did I miss? An EVA that didn't get collected? Eventually I'll get one started. But trying to do it fast means that it's easy to skip things. How long have we been going? 44 minutes, and we've gotten, the deepest we've gotten was 7 minutes into the run so far. I am going for, like, you know, the best time that I can get, so. Alright. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Off and away, into the wild blue yonder, here we go, over the sea. Get me into the VAB. Tell Werner to piss off. Grab this, grab you, okay, and then we'll do a parachute. We'll have some science on here, 3 of you, on the way that I usually have it, and then I'll do the staging this time, and then we'll do the thrust limiting to about there, and launch sub 30. I like a sub 30. And observe the mystery goo, crew report me, bing bang, and then EVA, and take the data out of there, and then get me the EVA report, and reboard, SAS on, go. You down and over, just a touch. Fire the parachute a little bit early, observe mystery goo, give me the crew report, bang bang, 4 times fizz warp down. While we're coming down, I'll queue up the next mystery goo. A little bit high. Observe that mystery goo. Okay, then EVA, give me the EVA report. Take the data out of here. Reboard, give me the crew report, and that's a recovered vessel. In just less than 120, actually. So into there, thanks, I got it, buddy. Research, research. And then over here, back into the VAB. And we're going to add the science that we just purchased in R&D to the craft. Oh, crap, I put it there. Alright, well, fair enough. Put this one good and out there, and then transfer it over the spaceplane hangar and launch it to the runway. No soil samples. We do not have the ability yet because we're in career mode, so we can't take surface samples. What are you doing, Pawn? Well, I'm going to take mystery goo and crew report. I'm forgetting what I do, and then you, pin you, log the pressure data. See, I did this wrong, so now you're on that side, and this is on this side. Give me that. Log the temperature data. Thank you. Now get out, and I want you to take the data out of there. I want you to EVA report, and I want you to take data, reboard, back on the craft, fly me in this direction, generally speaking. You can stay good and low. Pop your parachute early, and observe the mystery goo. Log the temperature, log the pressure data. Ding, 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 ding. Don't need the crew report. Won't be worth anything. We've already gotten it. Get you down, and then observe the mystery goo. Thank you. Crew report from here as well can be done. Crew report. Thank you. And then you get out, and I need you to take the data, get an EVA, reboard, and then log the temperature, log the pressure data, recover. Faster than we've ever done it before. If I did it right. We have the science we're supposed to have at this point. So I buy into basic science, I buy into basic rocketry, and we can build the third ship. Hooray! We got one started past the first 2 launches anyway. So, build me a thing as fast as you can, which apparently is going to be kind of slow. Go ahead and drop you in there. I'm going to go immediately to the 3 mystery goo containers that we're going to want on this, and then to our too hot to trot thermometer with a barometer. And we'll have you have a parachute, so I don't forget it. And then we do an ablator. We do a decoupler. And we do a Science Junior. And then we can build the launching, you know, with the fly and the makey go. That's 1, that's 2, that's 4, that's 8. Followed by a swivel liquid fuel engine. And I'm just going to launch it in the hopes that I've made it correctly. And I'm going to have to zoom in here, and we want to get the thermometer data and the barometer data. Pin them both. Log pressure data. And then SA Hassan, throttle to full, 2 times fizz warp, because that's all the science that we need from there. Now I'll start pinning out my mystery goo containers that we're going to use on this flight. We're going to get science from high atmosphere in Kerbin, low space over Kerbin, and landed wherever it is that we come, well, in water is where we come down. There's 80 kilometers on that, and we should be high enough. Oh, don't forget the most important part of this, which is collect all. So collect all, we should be high enough now to log pressure data, log temperature, take a mystery goo and a crew report, and that'll all be from upper atmosphere, and then collect all of that data, rush ourselves to space at 4 times fizz warp so that we can start getting the other data, the space data. So as soon as we get to 70K, that's space. 70K is space, log pressure data, log temperature, observe mystery goo, conduct the materials study, that's a 1-time shot, and a crew report, stack all those up, get them in there, go to 2 times fizz warp, drive us down toward the east, burn out all the remaining fuel. Thank you. Don't forget to collect all this time, and then we can leave all of that behind, get on a retrograde, warp down to atmosphere, and then warp down to 4 times fizz warp, and come in on that. And I don't need any of these anymore, but I will need those. Experiment storage unit, we're all collected. Yes, all of those are good. Last thing that we're going to do is set up a parachute to deploy in the fastest way possible. Well, slightly near to that. 750 is the altitude that we want it to come out at, and at 4 times fizz warp, I'm going to try and pop the parachutes at about 3.2 kilometers. That's a little bit early for safety. That means at 4 times fizz warp, we slow down, and then we have just enough time before we hit the water that things are still okay. Now log all of this data, observe the mystery goo, get me the crew report from in the water, stack all of that up, and then get this fella out. Can't do that while we're at warp. Get this fella out. EVA report, reboard, and recover vessel. And 35 seconds ahead if I have the correct amount of science, if I haven't screwed this up, which is entirely possible. 139, is that what we need? We need to buy electrics, and we need to buy both of these categories. It's 18, and that's 20. We have the science we need, and now we do the money game. Now we have 176,000 right now. We're going to buy mission control, we're going to buy astronaut complex, and we're going to move time forward. This is all to make sure that we get high-value contracts coming in at the mission control, for which we can accept the advance of $30,000 or thereabouts on each of them. And I'm going to take 7. if they'll give them to me. And anything that they give to me that doesn't give me the money, I'm just going to reject. That gave me the money. Now I come over, I can buy the VAB. We bought the VAB, we're out of money now. So we'll go in and say, hey guys, things didn't go well in the stock market. Our company kind of, you know, we tanked. We had to file bankruptcy over here, so I'm really sorry, but the thing is, we're actually back in business. If you want to give us some more money, if you want to reinvest in Ronin Pawn Industries, $30,000 is all it takes. And that's how we game the money system, because you cannot go below $0. So we can just abuse that fact in order to take as much money as we're allowed to take at any given time. The next thing that we need to upgrade is the launch pad and the tracking station. And I need the money to launch my ship, as well as some money for later. So I'm coming back in here, and again I'm saying, guys, oh my god, COVID came around, just destroyed the economy. We couldn't have our workers in anymore. You know, there weren't any rolls of toilet paper. But thankfully we're back in business, so we're pulling it back. And if you want to reinvest, it'd be a great time to, you know, just get on board the money train, the Ronin Pawn. That's enough. Now we've got the money to build the ship, as well as the money that I want for later, and that's the money game played. So, from here, we're going to build the next craft, and this is going to be a Mimis lander. So, we're going to go down to just one of you on there. Everything else is as it's supposed to be, except for we need the addition of a probe and the electricity to run the probe. Do not forget the electricity to run the probe this time, Pawn. You did that last time. So, fuel tanks, 2, and then turn it into landing legs. So, landing legs. As far down as I can get them. Don't forget to put an engine on here. Usually helpful if you want to get anywhere, for there to be an engine in there. There's a swivel, and that's going to be our landing stage. Now we need to build the one that actually comes up. We'll start you retracted. And the lifter stage is going to be 1, 2, 4, 6, and that's another swivel at the bottom of you. But we're going to need more than that if we're going to get to Mimis on this low technology. So, I'm going to need some additional engines and liquid fuel tanks to get this done. 6 of those. And then off of you, I'm going to get some SRBs going. So, engines, thumpers. The thumpers on there. And then I'm going to pull the thumpers down a bit to there, so we sit on them nicely. And then we need aerodynamics for this as it comes up. So, a couple of big fins either side of these thumpers. Don't need it anywhere else, I don't think. And then we'll put some nose cones on as well. I'm going to need one more thumper over here. That'll do. And then now that I've made this, I rip it off, put it in 2x symmetry, put it back on, and we've got our ship built. Except for the thing that I forgot last time, which was the friggin' solar panels, which will help. Now I'll stage it. We want the liquid fuel firing at the same time as the solid fuel. At least 2 of those engines are, and then the third one kicks on later, and then this guy will happen with that, and when we come back, I want the parachute to deploy separately than that, so that's the staging done. And now there's the action grouping to do. And the action grouping goes, on Custom 1, we want to observe the mystery goo. We want to log the temperature from the thermometer, get the pressure data from the barometer. We want to get a crew report out of the pod, and we want to get materials study from the Science Junior. On 2, we want to be able to collect all that data to that bit, and that should be that, except for the person who flies this craft is Bob Kerman. He goes in the pod, and I'm going to save this craft as number 4, because we'll need that save later. I'm going to look at it real quick, and then click the launch button, and hope that I didn't mess that up. And that's a split. And we're a minute ahead. Okay. From here, SAS on, throttle to full and go. And we want this to be just a bit above 70 as we come up. We'll start there. And then once we've got a little bit of speed, I'm going to go down to half on the liquid fuel for stability. I'm going to F5. And I'm going to time warp. We don't need to get any of the science from this craft that we used to get, is what I'm hoping here. As the solid fuel drains out, I'm going to go down from not fizz warp. I'm going to go to full on the liquid fuel. Drop all of those while we're stable. Whoa! Okay. Careful on the steering pawn. The ship does not like to fizz warp at this point. I might be able to get away with it if I tried, but I'm not going to try. Instead, we're just going to finish off this orbit and keep going to Minmus. So F5 from here, because things are going pretty okay. App-Wap's coming up nicely. 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 72. I'm only going to do 73 or so. Alright, I'll do a little bit more. 75, because we just don't need it. 4 times fizz warp to the App-Waps. Try not to flip over as you're doing that. And I'm going to set Minmus as our target at this point, just to save it for later, since we're just waiting to hit space now. We are at 4 times fizz. So now we're in space. And I can warp us up to our App-Waps. Whoa! And then start burning for orbit. Hold that. F5, 2 times fizz. 2 times fizz is working. Yeah, I should pull it up, but the App-Waps, it'll come back to us. Or it won't. Either of those will happen. Doesn't really matter. Oh. We're out in this stage, so drop it. Thank you. And let's finish this off. Back to 2 times fizz. Okay, back to no times fizz. And we are circular. Hopefully. We are circular. F5 from here, and we're going to Minmus. And if Minmus isn't just right there in front of us. So we're going to put Finmus on the medge of Kerbin. And burn for it. And F5 again, and try some 2 times fizz warp. I think we can get away with 3 here. 3 times fizz warp. Oh, we're out of fuel. Okay, let's go out of fizz warp for that. And then 2 times fizz. 3 times fizz. No times fizz. Okay, don't want or need that. So get me... Shh, pooples. That's not helpful. That's not cool at all. If I just keep pushing past it, I don't know if it's gonna work. Just push past it, pawn. Alright, we're gonna do this from the moon, apparently. Damn it, this doesn't usually happen. Warp me to, moon. Did someone ask for a slingshot? I certainly didn't. Didn't need it, didn't want it. It's never happened before. Well, not on this mission, anyway. Take me up to the moon periapse, and, you know, as long as we're out here, give me all that science. So, science from you, suck it in. Can you EVA? You can. EVA, grab me an EVA report. Cool. Well, you're out here. I'm going to need to go ahead and pin these guys. Restore from you. And, where the hell's my you as well? Oh, you're not close enough to it. Restore? That's going to be annoying. No, you didn't pin it. Pin, hold. 2, suck it all in. Thank you. And then from here, I mean... from here, really kind of screwed me over here. This was going to be so much faster because we don't have to stop for science. Now we're having to stop for science. So I'm burning retrograde. Okay, from here, I'm going to set up a maneuver node if I'm allowed to for the moment. And we're going to burn down. And maybe pull back. So I'm still targeting Minmus. Less. There we go. There's a Minmus encounter. Minmus, this is horrible. Okay, give me that maneuver node again. Give me that maneuver node again. Where the hell's the maneuver node? It's over there. Give me the friggin' thing. And then prograde forward on this and pull it up. And prograde forward. That was good. I need you to be less adjustments here. Go up. Prograde. And that's 52. Okay. with Fizz Warp. Get me over to that maneuver. Come on. Come on. Get there. Thank you. To you. F. Go. Whoa! Oh, because I'm not at the place? Alright, take me to the place then, where you want me to do it. What? You're fucking me. You're fucking me so hard right now. They have ruined this everything. I don't know what is going on, but they've ruined it. Yeah, this is a scrubbed run. Scrubbed run, we hit the moon, and that came down to luck of the draw. That came down to luck of the draw on my time warping during the money game. I happened to put us into a place where when we launched we were going to hit the moon's SOI, and I don't need the fucking moon's SOI, I don't want the moon's SOI, it's just going to get in my way, it's going to complicate these maneuvers, and then, even though I had put that maneuver node ahead of us when I told it to warp to it, it was just leaving the moon's sphere, it was just going, and I don't know where the fuck it was going, so I don't know why it didn't warp to the maneuver node ahead of me, so that I could then do that maneuver. It was, you know, it was a bunch of bullshit. No one wants that damn SOI. Nobody wants it. Send it back. Collect this shit up and send it back. It was a episode of Third Rock from the Sun where they just kept buying more and more stereo equipment and stuff, and then they'd like, you know, they'd get it home, they'd be like, this is amazing, and then somebody go, yeah, but like, the subwoofer isn't very powerful, is it? And everybody go, oh yeah. Pack it up! It's going, this crap's going back to the store! Something like that. It's fun. Our summer best down to 109 now, and I ain't even playing with you, yo. If we wouldn't have hit Minmus, or if we wouldn't have hit the moon while we were trying to get to Minmus, it would have been a whole nother, you know, we would have been saving another 3 minutes. And we're gonna save those 3 minutes, and we're not gonna hit the moon on the way to Minmus. After this live stream break, we've been here for a little bit over an hour. We're going to take our first break, because I sure the hell don't want to get in the middle of an hour-long speed run and then be like, oh, when's the last time I emptied my bladder? So, 7-minute live stream break. Grab yourself a drink, a snack, a pizza, a lover, whatever it is that you need to get yourself through these next 7 minutes. But meet me back here thereafter for this speed run. Sub 110. It's coming, pawn not out.
Noise you couldn't quite locate or explain. Noise you couldn't quite locate or explain. couldn't quite locate.
Hello? Hello? Ronan Pawn. Offices. Hello? Anybody there? Hello and welcome back to a Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. It's in fact a twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. We're just jamming, grooving, feeling the flow, working it in Kerbal Space Program, and trying to get this speed run up off the ground onto its feet. We had a good one going just a minute ago, and then the goddamn moon got in our way. You know how the moon will just step in when you don't want it? Hey, I'm here. And then you get Hohenheim or Hoffman or Hoer, Hooser, Hiesel, Heises. He gets in the way and he's like, you know, you should check out my dialectics because I'm Hegel. And then it's like, no, whatever your name is that starts with an H, I don't want a fucking gravity assist kick that sends me out solar. I just wanted to go to Minimus. And he got in our way, so it's run over. But we're going to do it all again from scratch, and that's not going to happen. Hopefully, this time. The reason that it happened last time was just luck of the draw. I had time warped in order to get us to a place where to get mission control to drop the low value contracts that we had in there and start giving us the good ones. And I just happened to time warp into the perfect place where by the time I launched my ship and by the time we were up there, the moon was sitting directly between us and Minmus. Let's hope that that doesn't happen again, because that's really annoying when you're on a good run. But we're back, and we're going to run this in, and the goal is to run this in less than 1 hour, 10 minutes, and that is totally doable. And if I do get that sub 110, hopefully, I'm thinking like a 107 is viable as possible here, but if I get that 110, then I'm going to do what I did last time. I'm going to retire from this category until somebody beats me, and then Greybeard Wizard could come along and beat me, and then I'll have to come back to the category. Or not, you know, I'll do whatever the hell I want, right? But Greybeard Wizard got my world record, took my world record slot in the science mode of this category. 4 days ago it was run, I think 2 days ago, or maybe just today it was approved by the leaderboards, but there you go. 1 week ago I had the world record. As of today, Greybeard Gaming's got it, which means I can run again in that category if I want to. But we're back at it, back in. Let's plug in and get going. Rip the jar. Audio legs of him saying, observe the mystery goo hundreds of times. How can he not be guilty? Overheard at DA office. What? Am I being prosecuted and I hadn't heard about it? It's usually how it goes in today's America. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clicky. Clicky, clicky, go, go. Boom, boom. Bazow. I'm going to do this little tap escape and the mouse button at the same time thing in order to just force my way into the VAB without having to say hi to Gene or whoever it was that was announcing himself there. And then we're going to immediately start building the first little craft that's going to collect a whole bunch of science for us here at the KSC. 3 of you go on. That is 3? Okay, I'm way... I should restart right now because that's a slow start and it's getting even slower as time goes on. I stepped away, didn't I? He stepped away, and now he's opening the game with 34 seconds instead of 28. It's 6 seconds time loss. We can't take that time. We can take that time loss. It's fine. So observe the mystery goo. Give me the crew report. Bang, bang. Get you out. And while this interface is still up, take the data out of there. Give me the EVA report. Bang, bang. F. T. Start flying me in this direction if you don't mind. A little bit more height. You can pop the parachute a bit early. Observe the mystery goo. Get me the crew report. Crew report me. Thank you. And then 4 times fizz warp me down. When we hit the ground, that's going to be another mystery goo observed. I'm going to EVA you. You're going to take that EVA report. You're going to get the crew data back out, put it back in, and then take one more crew report for me. And that should be our first craft recovered in 1 minute and 24 seconds, apparently. Hit escape to clear the science. Come into here. Thanks, I got it, Gene. I think that was Gene. And then buy both of these tiers in order to unlock us a little bit more science that we're going to attach to the ship that we just flew from the launch pad. Except for this time, we're going to fly it from the spaceplane hangar which puts us onto the runway for science that we haven't already collected yet. And a little zoom while we're in the black screen there to get a little closer to the ship. Observe the mystery goo. Crew report me. That's a double bang. And then log the pressure data. Thank you. Pin that. Log the temperature data. Thank you. Pin that. And now you, sir, get out. And I want you to EVA report while you're out here. Then I want you to take the data out of there, take the data out of there, take the data out of there, reboard SAS on and go in this general direction. You can stay low, pawn. Parachute a little bit early. Observe the mystery goo. Don't need the crew report. Log the pressure data and the temperature while we're in midair. Get us back down on the ground. When we are back down on the ground, we'll hit this mystery goo. Observe that. Take it. We can do the crew report right now. If it weren't underneath other things, crew report, thank you. Then EVA, take the data out of here, take the data out of here. Need your EVA report as well. Reboard, then log pressure data, log temperature data, and recover the vessel. And that's us 9 seconds ahead on this split. If I did it right. So if I did it right will be whether or not we can buy this and this. I did it right. And start building the third ship. Third ship is going to be one of you. And we're going to spend some time building this ship because we're going to use all these parts a little bit later. Give me the mystery goo, in fact. 3 of you attached as... Nope, as such. Attach them. You're on right, you're on right. The thermometer, just one of them. One of them. And a barometer, just one of you as well. While I'm here, I'll put the parachute on so I don't forget. Okay, brain fart. Then the heat shield. And then a decoupler. And then we're back to science because we want the science junior on here. And then we can start building the craft. That's 1, that's 2, that's 4, that's 8 fuel tanks. At the bottom of which is a swivel. Staging looks good, we're going to launch it. And just hope that I did that right. Because I'm going so fast here, who the hell's to say? I'm not going to zoom in any because I need to get up here, log the temperature, pin you while you're open, log the pressure data, ping you while you're open, bang bang, SAS on, throttle to full and go, at 2 times fizz warp. And while we're going up, I'm going to start pinning the other things that we're going to be using quite a bit. So, mystery goos, quit shaking because it's making it harder for me to click these buttons. It shouldn't though, because they're not part of the overlay, you know, buddy. Give me that. Give me you. Make sure the app-waps is up so I don't go past it. I'm going to want the crew reports up as well. And I'm going to want to stop the engines and get the collect all going. Thank you. Now we want temperature, pressure data, one of the mystery goos, and a crew report. All of those. And then we want to collect all that data. And then we want to rush ourselves up to space, where we're going to get all the data, including firing off the Science Junior. As soon as we get to space. Here, we're coming up to the top of our app-waps. Usually I go up higher, so log the temperature in space, log the pressure data in space, get me a mystery goo, get me a materials study, give me another crew report, bang, 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 review the stored data, no, don't review it. Collect it. Collect all that. SAS on, 2 times fizz warp, get me down on my eastward. Let's blow this out. And burn out all of our... Did I collect it all? Yes, I had it all collected. We're fine. Put me on my retrograde. Time warp me down, then 4 times fizz warp me down. Gets just something relative to retrograde-ish there. And I'll need you, but I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore. These are the last 3 things that we'll take. In fact, those are the last 4 things that we'll take. Right there, and then we'll collect the data. So again, 4 times fizz warping down. We'll set up our parachute for a quick deploy, which will be 750 on the altitude. At 4 times fizz warp, if I deploy this above 3 kilometers, then we should be safe to land in water with an altitude of 7,500 on the parachute. So, 3 kilometer deployment. Opens up. Sets us down. Log the temperature, log the pressure data, observe the mystery goo, and get me a crew report. All of those. Don't need to collect them. Bob. No, Jeb, rather. Get out. Give me your EVA report. Reboard. Cover vessel. And 11.5 seconds ahead now. If I did it right. 139 science. I'm not sure. So we'd buy that. We'd buy you. And we'd buy you. Yes, we had the science that we needed for that. And now we play the money game. And I need to buy into mission control. And I need to buy into the astronaut complex. And I need to warp a bit. Let's warp a bit longer than we did last time so that the moon's not in our way. And now that we've done that, I should be able to come in here and take a whole bunch of contracts that will give me an advance of around $30,000 each. And anything that won't, I'll just reject until they give me something. 30 grand. 9K, no. 30, yes. I need 2 more of these. Because I've got space for 2 more of these. There's another 30. No, sir. There's another 30. Which allows me to buy the VAB. And we go right back in and tell these guys, listen, business didn't go well, the stock market crashed, there was COVID, you know, the waitresses, they couldn't come into work, so how are we going to keep the restaurant open in those conditions? We had to shut down, but, importantly, we're open again, and if you'd like to reinvest, you know, my initial coin offering is going live now, 30,000, we want all of it. One more. Oh, that was beautiful, they just gave it to me. And then we buy into the launch pad and the tracking station. And now we're broke again, and we don't even have enough money to build the next ship. So guys, I'm really sorry, you know, the economy, the state of thing, Trump's in office, if you see what's going on out there, capitalism just falling apart, monopolies. But we're back in business as of today, so if you'd like to reinvest in, you know, my projects, it'd be a good idea, because we're going to make a whole bunch of money for us. It could be for you too. I only need 5 of those, and then we can start building the next ship. And that's the money game done. And that's the game crashing. Doesn't take long for the game to crash. If I can just, close the program, cancel. We started so many friggin' runs up today. I'm willing to take a 20-second loss to the game crashing if I could just get through the goddamn, you know, game. We're on a decent run here. And then fucking KSP, you know, falls apart on me. In what could be my world record. I don't want to reset. We have to reset, don't we? I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on for now. We'll call it a warm-up run, or, you know, the actual run. Start the game, take your sweet time getting over. This is World Record 6. We're trying to set here, back into the game. And back into the VAB to build that ship. It took quite a bit of time from me. Load up the one, thank God you saved that anyway. Throw this out, and we're going to come down to just one of these guys, and we're also going to make room for a probe to go up here, because we're going to be flying this with a scientist, and he doesn't know how to fly at all, so the probe's going to have to do the work for him. And then from below you, go immediately into this. I think. Kind of shook a little bit from the game crashing in the middle of my speed run. So there you go. And then get me these toothpicks. But you know, it's Kerbal Space Program, designed by monkeys as shown in the logo. So who wouldn't expect the damn thing to crash, right? Just trying to get into the VAB. You, and then we'll collapse these guys. And then we're gonna need decoupler and more fuel tanks. Okay, for the lifter stage, 2, 4, 6. Zoom out a bit. 4 there. Radial decoupler, just want one of them. So, put you on. Like, come on. That pixel. There you go. And then back over to the fuel tank. You. And then a couple more decouplers. Hibernation on the probe. Good call. Thank you for the reminder. Hopefully I'll remember that by the time I'm done building everything else. Come on. Thumper goes on. Thank you. And then we pull the thumpers down to about there. It's good-ish. Over to the aerodynamics, because we're going to want some winglets on this boy. Like that. And then we can also put on the nose cones. Thank you. And then I need one of you on the outside here. I can take this off entirely, 2 times snap it, put it on, and that should be the ship belt except for the part that I forgot in the last world record, which is the solar panels. Now I get the solar panels, I will now stage the craft. You guys fire, oh, you might want an engine on the bottom of the craft there, swivel. It's a good idea. So now I get the swivel, you go in there, this swivel comes down here, and then you guys stack like that, and then when that fires... Where's that engine? The staging has messed with me. You're supposed to be there. No. Oh, the staging is fucked. You're in with that. You're in with that. Huge time loss to this. You know, and the restart. I think that's the staging right, and we still have work to do in the form of the action grouping. And I didn't do the thing already. Observe mystery goo. We need to log temperature. We need to log the pressure data. We need to crew report. And we need to conduct the materials study on 1 that was put in the staging. Fuck this run now. We're 30 seconds behind because the game crashed and, you know, it tilted me and I'm forgetting to put engines on. Nope. Thanks though, game. Thanks for ruining my speed run a second time for fucking reasons. You know, I've reset a bunch of them myself today that were my fault, but those are the easy ones to deal with. Should I just shut down all of Kerbal now so that it can, you know, stay open for an entire hour at a time? Or what do you think we should do here, you know? Should I restart it from scratch? I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Resume saved, TTUC World Record 6. Let's go ahead and delete that. And then we'll start new. TTUC, World Record 6, and get ourselves a flag going. And the bad luck with whatever flag it was I chose last time. Let's pick a different flag for better RNG and more consistent, you know, Kerbal not crashing, because it's a piece of shit game made by idiots who never finished it and charged you money for it and then sold you DLC. Let's do satellite. Okay, satellite, I'm a new da dee da do 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 Dave Matthews. What's good, says Shang Yu first. Well, I'm running good. The game isn't though. I'm warmed up. Now if the game could just stop overheating, we could get this thing done. Alright, so start her up again. No crashing this time, Kerbal. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! And we're into the run. First little trick is if you spam escape as you click, you can go straight into the VAB without having to say anything to what's-his-face. You come in, give me the engine, don't just change the fucking texture, get me the goddamn engine, and then utilities for a parachute. 3 mystery goo containers in just the right place, and then you with the thrust limiting to shore, and then you there, and then let's do the staging. See if the staging actually takes. And we're launching the first craft in less than 30 seconds. That's okay. Now, observe the mystery goo. As we take a crew report, stack those up. Crew report UI is up, so when I come out, I can just hit take data, and then we can take the EVA. Reboard, SAS on, and go. Shoot down a little bit more. No, that's a little bit, that's left. That's, okay, just hit the parachute. Observe mystery goo, crew report. Both of those things. And then 4 times fizz. Good. Should be okay on this landing. And then observe the mystery goo while we're down. EVA you. I need you to take the data out of there. I need you to give me an EVA report. Then reboard. And then give me the crew report that you couldn't take before and recover the vessel. That's less than 1 minute and 20 seconds. Actually doing pretty good now. And straight into here. Thanks, I've got it. Research. Now we've got extra science that we can put on this same vessel and launch it to the spaceplane hangar instead, which will put it out on the runway. So we can get additional science. So switch editor, launch from here. Now we can get science that we haven't already gotten from a different biome here at the KSC. Observe mystery goo, crew report, ding ding, EVA, take data, EVA report. Sure, reboard, didn't do this right. Still didn't do this right. You over there, log pressure data. Pin it. Log temperature. Pin it. You get back out, because I needed you to take the data here. Did it out of order. Boom. SAS on. Go. Send me over here a little bit more height for safety. Parachute out early. Observe mystery goo. Log pressure data. Log temperature. Ding, 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 ding. 4 times fizz warp to get us down. While we're falling, I'll get this guy up. Observe the mystery goo again. We need that crew report, because we can now take it from the spaceplane hangar. You get out. I need you to take data. Take data. Give me your EVA report. Reboard. Log pressure data. Log temperature. Recover vessel. 22.9 if I did it right. Did I get all the science that we're supposed to get there? 53, I did. So now we buy into basic science, and we buy into basic rocketry, and we build the 3rd craft. Alright, just don't crash now, game, and we can have ourselves a game here. So you to there, and then give me the mystery goo. 3 of you. Like so. 2 hot thermometer. Come down here, barometer. Above you. We'll want the parachute. We'll want an ablator for later. Master bit nothing. And then decoupler. Onto that. And science-wise, we want a science junior. And then we build the craft. Start with 1. It becomes 2, becomes 4, becomes 8 fuel tanks. With a swivel engine on the bottom. And we launch it. In less than 4 minutes. And the only data that we want from the launch pad here is pressure data, which I'll hit like that, and then temperature data, which I'll hit from there, and then we can SAS throttle to full and go, and do that at 2 times fizz warp, and while we're going up, I'll get everything else up. So number 1, you're going to be over here, collect all. I'm going to need our crew report. Nope, not yet, though. Just have it up and pinned. I want all of these mystery goos pinned. And since this has taken me longer than I'd like it to, I'm going to pull that up so that when we hit space, I can actually stop the craft. And we've hit space, so I actually stopped the craft. And then you, down here, 4 times fizz warp. While we're fizz warping, I'll do pressure data, observe a mystery goo, crew report, thermometer. That's 4 things that we just sucked in. Let's collect them all. They're now all collected. I can drop you because I don't need you. We're in space now. Log the temperature, log the pressure data, observe a mystery goo, conduct a materials study, and a crew report. All 5 of those. And collect all. And then we get on our eastward and just burn this out. So we're out of fuel. Make sure we've collected all. We have. Get over here. Warp to Atmo. And then 4 times fizz warp. And I can start dropping the things that I don't need anymore. Because you've been used up. You've been used up. Yeah. That's all we need at this point. You can leave that over there, Pawn. Try and get on your retrograde to some extent. We want to set up the parachute for the fastest deployment. 750. 700 is actually the fastest, but 750 makes me feel good. I'm going to F5. 750 makes me feel good. Above 3K, pop the parachutes, and this should be a safe landing. As soon as we're down in the water, I will log temperature, log pressure data, observe mystery goo, and take that final crew report, stack those in, and then Jeb gets out, gives me an EVA report, reboards, and we recover the vessel. And we're a minute ahead with the new gold. If I did it right. If I got all the science that I needed. So back in here, hoping that I got the science I needed, we research you, we research you, we research you. I got the science I needed. So we're on to the money game. I buy into mission control, I buy into the admin center, and I time warp. I'll stop early. And that was to clear out contracts, so that right now what I'm going to do is take any contract that gives me around $30,000 as an advance in order to get the money that I need to buy the VAB upgrade that we're going to need to launch the next ship. Anything that doesn't give me $30,000 can, go F itself. So, nope, nope, nope. Yep. One more. Nope. Yep. Now we can afford the VAB, we buy into the VAB, and then we come back and we say, guys, the industries are just, everything's going to crap. COVID out there. I'm going out of business. I'm filing the papers today. Chapter 11, we're bankrupt. I'm sorry, the stock market crashed. What were we going to do? New day, we're back in business. Who wants to invest in Ronan Pawn Industries? $30,000 a pop is all we ask. So we're just gaming the system, gaming the money that you can get, because your income cannot go below 0, which means, you know, there's no penalty to just taking everything. Now with that money, we'll upgrade the launch pad, we'll upgrade the tracking station, and I don't have enough money to actually build the next ship, so we come back to our investors and we say, I'm sorry, but, you know, Rona's out there, and then people can't come into work anymore. You got to buy the tissues for everybody. We couldn't afford it. We're out of business. But I'm just reopening a new venture, completely different than the last one. If you'd like to give me $30,000 a pop again, I think I could find a place in the portfolio for you. I only need 5 of those for 150K is, you know, how I believe it's supposed to go anyway. And now we tweak the ship that we made in the first place to be able to support the next mission. That's going to require a probe, because a scientist is going to be flying, and he can't fly. You down from there? Do we go immediately to building the craft? I think so. So 1, 2, and then 3 as an extension for landing legs. And then, of course, it's going to want an engine. Forgot that last time. Not at this point, but at a different point. And we're also going to need decouplers. So decouple you from there. Go ahead and start these retracted. Don't need to do that, really. But, you know, I just like time loss, I guess. 1, 2, 4, and 6 liquid fuel engines, followed by a swivel. And then we'll break those off 4 engines above it. Grab me a radial decoupler. I just want 1 of them. And I'll start building 1/2 of what we need here. Put the 2 tanks back on that we didn't have from there. And then 2 more radials. And those are going to be for our thumpers. Our SRBs as we go up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Are you on? You look kind of on now. Okay, pull them down a bit so we sit on them right on the pad. Then we need the aerodynamics for them, which is going to be some fins and some nose cones. And then I take this guy off, and I just want 1 more of him. About there. And I yank that whole system off, duplicate it 2 times, and now we've got the whole ship built. I want to make sure that I've set this to Hibernate and Warp Auto, and that I have put on a whole bunch of solar panels for power generation. Now we can look at the staging. I want the liquid fuel engines to fire with the solid fuel. I want you firing up when we drop those, and then you in there. And then I need the parachute and the final decoupler on different stages. So that's the ship built. Now we need to do some action grouping. It's going to benefit us now and later. So, observe mystery goo. We want it to log the pressure data. No, you're doing this in the wrong place, Pawn. You got to go to Custom 1 and observe the mystery goo. Log the pressure data. Take the temperature. We want a crew report. And we want to fire off the materials study. And then on 2, we want the experiment storage unit to collect all of the science that we've gained. And the person who will be flying this is not Jeb. I said a scientist, and that means Bob. Bob's in the craft. Zoom out. Take one final look at it as we save it as ship number 4. And it looks okay to me. Launch. Oh, I forgot to... I'll have to fix that later. SAS on, throttle to full, and go. We're not taking any science with this craft anymore. It's an update to routing until we get to Minmus. So we can just fly the thing. I'm going to let it get a little bit of speed here. I'm going to see 200, 250, 250 meters per second. I'm going to throttle down to half there, just for additional stability. And then we're going to try a 2 times fizz warp. Should work. Has before. Get all the things up that we're going to want. See our app waps and whatnot. Watch on the solid fuel. Go to full liquid fuel. Fire that off. Now we're all flying together. Get me down on the prograde, please. There you go. Nope, don't go past it, though. Go past it, get to the prograde, and hold there. Okay. And we have not had luck 2 times fizz warping this particular stage, so I'm not going to mess with it, but we're looking good right now. I'll F5. And when our AppWaps gets up to, let's say 75, I'll kill the engine. And from here, if I can get you down on your... Well, don't worry about it. Just 4 times fizz warp, and while we're waiting for that to hit space, I will set Minmus as the target. Because we're going straight to Minmus, no pausing for science until we get there. How we doing? Not in space yet. Now we're in space. In fact, at 4 times fizz warp, can I get you to come down to your prograde? Good. Fire. The engines. 2 times fizz, I suppose. Yeah, we're losing the app. Try and pull it up, but we are at 2 times fizz. I'm going to go over here because we're going to be out of fuel in these engines shortly. Out of fizz warp. Drop them. Back to fizz warp. Hit, hit, hit. Okay, and we've gone orbital and circular. I'm going to F5 from here, and we want to go straight to Minmus. The moon is not in a great place for this. F5, and so that I can go back and try and fix it later. Warp? You're just warping. You're fizz warping. Warp me. Warp me to the edge. Thank you. Get on your prograde. And fire. And we're headed to Minmus now. Hopefully the moon doesn't get in my way. I think it's going to. Can go ahead and 2 times fizz warp here. Might even be able to 3 times fizz warp. Out of fuel on that stage. I'm going to try the 3 times fizz warp. It's holding. The moon. And our path to Minmus. F9. Moon got in my fucking way again. So what are you going to do then, Pawn? What do you think I'm going to do? Okay, Minmus is here. You're still my target. There, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. And that's what I should have done in the first place. Get me over to there, I suppose. And then I'll manually warp us ahead just a bit more. 4 times fizz warp so I can get you on your prograde. No more fizz warp. Start burning for additional control authority. Onto the prograde. And burn out for Minmus. We know this engine's going to be out soon. Drop you. Fizz warp. Fizz warp. Finish this off. Okay, we're out in Minmus's general direction. Now we're going to... In fact, I'm going to do this early. No. Set as target? No. Add maneuver. Warp to it. As we're going up to it, I'm going to go ahead and start making adjustment. There we go. Focus on Minmus as we're finishing off that warp. Get this back up. Over to here. And we want to prograde forward on that. And down slightly. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we want that burn. If I can just move us over to here. Yes. And burn it. Shoot. Alright, good enough, and I can drop it. That's why I did it early, was so I could drop it. F5 and warp me up to Minmus Periapse. We don't need any science from around Kerbin at this point in the game, is how I did the math. Let's hope that I know how to math. Because, you know, it's not my strong suit. But once we are in Minmus, SOI, this periapse will be high over Minmus. So from here, yeah, we want this science. So hit the 1 button, collect all that science, and then I'm going to need you to get out. Wait, no, reboard. Suck in all the science first, and then I need you to get out. And I want you to take an EVA report, and I'm going to need you to reset these things. That's why we brought you as a scientist. And since you're going to be doing that a lot, I'm going to pin them. You there, pin you up here, restore, reboard, and that's all of the data high over Minmus. We want to burn on our retrograde now to get the capture. So, yep, SAS to there and fire. And drive that periapse down to just above 10K is where I like to leave it. Good enough. F5. And down to the periapse. Where's our landing site? Not visible currently. That's fine. Oh, you're going to take your sweet time, aren't you? Well then. Well then. I think that was still faster than it would have taken it to do it. Thank you. From here, get the other science. So, grab all that. Suck it in. EVA. Give me your report. Thank you. Restore, restore. Reboard. Suck it in. F5. And then we need to spin the planet until my landing site is visible. And that's my landing site. We're not shy of, like, Delta V on this craft, so I'm going to twist from the periapse, because it's more direct and it'll get us down, at the right place. This is going to be an anti-normal burn that we want to do in order to twist our trajectory up the ball, like so. And the more I can follow it, the better. Okay. And then drop our retrograde. Come on, baby. Let the good times roll. Looks like I got a good line and kept it. We're going to burn that a little bit before where we want to be, because the moon's going to keep spinning as we come up on it, but now we're in the position to just go for landing. So, gear out. Max warp. Oh, the gear was it was out the whole time. Okay, this is going to be tight. Ooh, this is going to be deadly. Do you want to save this pawn? Let me just put us in a position where I have the chance of saving it, in case it needs saving, before I carry on. Yeah, it looks like it needs saving. Okay. Got us over. And then from here... Okay, gear actually out. From here... how am I doing? Push me like that a bit, actually. Okay. No? Alright, we gotta drop a lot of speed, apparently. And realize how much we needed it to just fall from this point. Okay. I'm gonna try and fall pretty much straight down now. A bit like that. 4 times Fizz Warp. Okay, what are we looking at? 60 meters per second at 500. Okay, 20 at 200. And that's a touchdown on the surface of Minmus, an F5 and a split. So let's go ahead and grab the data from the surface. all of those, and then we immediately go back to the Space Center because we got some gaming the system to do in terms of money, so we can bind the RND so that we can collect surface samples. I'm going to upgrade mission control immediately, and I'm so low on money. You guys, I'm really sorry and everything, but things just didn't work out in the marketplace. You know, it's just a bad economy right now. The wrong people are in office. Hey, we're back in business, so everybody. And at this point, we should be looking for $70,000 contracts. And because of that, I'm going to do some more warping. Try and clear out mission control. And look for those $70,000 contracts, because we've been to Minmus, we're on Minmus. They should be giving us contracts that, that respect the fact that we've landed there. So there was a 77K. A lot of 30s still coming in. There's a 74. Don't want from you. Want from you. Want from you. Nope. Yep. 75. Nope. Nope. Yep. 77. Nope. 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 Yep. How much we got? We got 5 contracts. 59, not enough. 75, sure. 25, no. I don't know what that is. 35, no. 61, no. 74, sure. 37, no. 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 93, absolutely. Not gonna rescue any of you bastards. Not gonna rescue any of you bastards. Not gonna rescue it. Those aren't actually rescue missions. Well, I just got stuck in a loop there, didn't I? Come on! Yeah, me too! Taking for friggin' ever, isn't it? There's a 91. Explore Minmus I can't get rid of, but it is worth 92.4. I don't want it stuck. I don't want it stuck. I'm taking it because it won't be stuck. It's free money. So from there, we upgrade you, and then we go right back out. That's all that I needed to do at this point. So we'll have that money when we get back, and I think we're going to complete this mission that they just had us do. So now Bob can do a surface sample. Oh wait, get back in, Bob. Suck in all the data, because I remember that I forgot to do that. And then take a surface sample and an EVA report. Bang, bang. Reboard, suck in all the data. F5, and where are we going next? From where we are, it's going to be due west. Due west, that's on the 270. Maybe west by northwest. I'd like to lean you in the direction that you're going to go. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Little bit off the ground. And then go. And we actually want to land this little land bridge first. So I'm going to 4 times Fizz Warp with just this little hop in our pockets. Because we want Minmus Lowlands, which is what this will be. $150. Gotcha. It may look like, but aren't you on the flats still? It may look like that, but hopefully it's not. Entirely possible that it is, but hopefully it's not. And that's a little bit, yeah, we had a little bit of velocity on that one. But I can pull it back with some SAS, stick the landing, and we're down. Take some data. This is still from Minmus's flats. Damn it, that's a huge ass loss. Use 270 again. Give me a little bit just to get some loft, and then over here. Thank you. There is a very soft edge, ostensibly, for both of these. And you can see that we're going up. We're not on the flats anymore, so is this going to qualify? It goddamn better well. Because I'm already wasted time here. And that's a much smoother landing. Thank you. Settle, 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 settle. Lowlands. Good, except for we got a problem in that everything got jammed because of the first one that was taken in incorrectly. Take the surface sample in the EVA report. Thank you very much. Now I need you to restore. Restore. Oh, I need those pinned too. That's what I didn't do, was I needed these to be restored. Thank you for the subscription, so-and-so. Hang on. 2, suck that in. 1, I need to hit all the data one more time, and I need the material study. Already got the crew report, already got the temperature scan, already got the atmospheric scan. Mystery goo. Okay. to suck that in. This is going horribly. I need to continue to the west. Just give me a little bit of loft. And then turn me down. And go. And then at 4 times Fizz Warp. Well, 3 times apparently. But at 4 times Fizz Warp. I'll head over here. Make sure that we're definitely within the flats. From these flats, when we burn this down, 4 times Fizz again. As we come down, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow her back down a bit. And perfect little touchdown there. F5 again. For Mimus Greater Flats, I forgot to do the thing again. Get back out. Damn me. Take surface sample. EVA report. Bang bang. Restore. Restore. Observe. Conduct. Collect. Restore. Collect. Restore. That should have done that. F5. And then we can just leave. We needed 3 sites worth of Mimus data. Where the hell is Kerbin? It's over there. Yeah, we're on the right side to leave. Just go. Okay, so we're gonna go while I burn a bit to the south. Say the 180. And then once we've got that Kerbin periapt showing, we'll burn it down to a return. Okay, 36, that's fine. And then we don't need anything else on our way home. But we do need to get home. Hope I clicked in the right spot, or else things are gonna go shittily. This has been very sloppy, and not ideal, 3rd ship here. Are we gonna lose time? Almost certainly. Especially since the game is taking its sweet-ass time warping me back to Kerbin, which it kind of does randomly. It was Den D with the subscription for 19 months. Thank you so much, Den D. I didn't mean to ignore you, just, you know, a little bit trying to recover from some errors. Errors that were made. Possibly by me, but who's to say, really? I could have and should have warped this manually. Because this just took way too long. Make sure that we've collected everything that we possibly can from everywhere that we possibly can. Other than that, we are ready to descend, so warp me into atmosphere, please. Well, from here, you can go ahead and drop that, and then find your retrograde. Give me a view that doesn't suck. Hit Atmo, and then go 4 times. And we're going to pin this, and we're going to find out whether or not I did the things that I was supposed to. Now, is this going to be a... Whoa, okay, things are exploding that aren't us. It's fine. Is this going to be a landing or a splashdown? It looks like a landing so far, doesn't it? Looks like a landing. So if it's going to be a landing, then I'm going to set the altitude to 850 for safety. 800 if you want to be dangerous. 850 for safety. If I can get fucking 850 out of it. There we go. SAS off. You can flop in the breeze now at 4 times Fizz Warp. Are we going to hit water? Don't land me at Kerbin's shores. Oh, God. We've already been down in water. We're down in Kerbin's shores. It should be fine. It's not that much data, really. You get down to it. In fact, maybe I shouldn't even bother trying to take it. Hit the 1 button and then go. Is an idea. It is one idea, anyway. So again, at 3K, and we are looking at radar altitude here. I'll do it at 3.5K. And I will also turn down the Fizz Warp because I didn't trust it. Fizz Warp us down. Doesn't take that long. Hit the button. Get all the things you can. You get out. Get me a surface sample EVA report. Reboard. Recover vessel. And we lost a little bit. We lost a minute to bouncing around on Mimus stupidly. Missing our landing zone. Okay, 2033, that's all the science that we need. So we're going to buy into advanced electronics, and we're going to buy electronics or advanced electrics. We need you and you. Careful, pawn. You could mess the whole run up right here, right now. We need heavier rocketry. We need the fuel tanks. And we need to buy into this fairing that's right there. And everything else, I think that's all we needed. 643.6. Yeah, we're good. And we have 105 million right now. So let's not throw that money away, but we need more money in order to unlock R&D, the final tier, which is what needs to happen right now. So the way that we're going to make that happen is we're going to hide our assets from the government. The Kerbin government, the Kerblish government, so to speak. So before I declare bankruptcy, I'm going to build a craft using some of the most expensive parts, or what hopefully is the most expensive part I have right now, which is these seismic magometers. That's what these are. And I need more of them than I've ever needed before right here to make this happen. I don't have any more room for them. That's going to have to be enough. 960. Can I get another set on? 1,000,008. Yeah, that's close enough. That's close enough. So we're going to launch this craft. Launch this craft out there, and now when we go back to the Space Center, you know, you and the taxman and the governments of Kerbin can all see clearly that I am nearly bankrupt, 44.5. There's no way that I could possibly complete all these contracts that we took. So I'm really sorry, but, you know, we're going bankrupt over here. We just don't have the money to cover our investments. You know, our initial coin offering didn't go well. You know, we made some just bad business partners, that sort of a thing. But thankfully, you know, after some restructuring, we're back in business. And if you'd like to invest, I'm willing to take your advances on contracts that I will never, that we will expediently fulfill right now. Anybody who wants to give them to me. So, by which I mean no. You for 75,000, that's a yes. You for 105,000, that's a yes. You for 93, that's a yes. I can't, no. F Kerbin. You a big yes from me. That's might actually be enough right there. I'm going to recover 1.8. That allows me to upgrade R&D. It is not quite enough for that. Son of a bitch. Alright, it's fine though. We're just going to dump these. Dump all these contracts, because I still need enough to upgrade the launch pad to its maximum, which is only 200 and some. So, at 70,000, do 4 of them, maybe 5. 70,000, 75, don't need 30s, 102, 75, and that's going to be enough. So now we can upgrade the launch pad and build the final ship, which is going to cost us more than that pawn. Okay, that wasn't quite enough. I need another 70, or a 42. That'll give me enough money, just barely, to launch the ship, I believe. But that should be the money game, so we're ahead on the money game again. We want to open our saved craft number 4, so we're going to build off of this. Everything from here below goes away. We get rid of this probe, because we've got a better one now. Everything else sticks around, and we build down from here. We go immediately to the fairing, if I recall correctly. So we want interstage nodes on, and then I can attach you like that. And then if I go back over here, I don't have it yet. You need to buy it, Pong. You forgot to buy it. It's fine. R&D to buy the last item. We did all that so that we could buy into the RA100, which is right here. And that RA100 will also give us this probe core that I'm replacing the other one with. That has so much more going for it. So there's the probe core, and then the RA100 is the best antenna in the friggin' game. So we're going to use that, and it makes all of this happen about twice as fast as any other configuration that I've been able to test. I want 6 of those, and then another 6 of those for 12 total. Don't care if you're penetrating each other, it's a speed run. And that should be everything that we need under the fairing, so we'll build the fairing. Good. That one actually came together pretty well. And then mobile processing lab, which is going to be how we beat the whole friggin' game. Finally, you got you, and you got some thuds, and that is our lander, more or less. I'm going to put you a little bit higher than I have been. I do need you to land on it, but you've been getting stuck to the other craft when we drop it. Then we're going to have to drop you with the 2.5 meter decoupler. And what will we be pushing that lander up with? Well, we're going to use a twin bore, liquid fuel engine and fuel tank all in one. And we're going to put some kickback SRBs. Are you on 3 times? Yeah, 4 times symmetry. So we want some kickback SRBs on these guys, like so. And then we need aerodynamics covered, so each of you is going to get a fin. Make sure the fins are on straight. They're on straight, and then of course each of you is going to get a nose cone as well. I need electric generation for this craft, so I'm going to put 8 up there. That's all we need. And is there anything else? Setting this probe to hibernate on warp auto, as the game really should automatically. But, okay, so then it's you and you fire, and then we break those off, and then when this goes, you want to be doing that, and then the fairing wants to go at that point after we drop those, and then when we're coming home, we're never coming home. Okay, that's good, see? This is how we test ourselves. This is how we check. When we do something, it proves that we haven't done it right. We need the additional science we just bought into, so it's going to be a seismometer, and then a magnetometer, both of those. And now that those are on, in our action grouping, we're going to add those into what we're doing on Custom 1. So we're going to run the magnetometer boom, and we're going to log the seismic data there, and we're also going to remove the crew report because we don't want it. And then under 3, we're going to set these up to extend the solar panels. And is there anything else that I need to do other than hiring my people? Save on... Ooh, I just saved it as 4. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Get out of here. And I'll leave it to you guys to see if there's anything else that I've missed, because I didn't see it. Duncan Kerman! Duncan McLeod! Alright. Oh, I don't have the money to frickin' launch the ship. Give me another, 80,000 contract, thank you. And then we'll launch, after hiring that guy, I was dead broke. Valentina, you're gonna fly. This is number 4, right? Valentina's gonna fly it, Bob's gonna come, Duncan McLeod's gonna come with us, and launch it. Are you working at NASA? Where did you get this program? Shh. Build the ship is done in 453. SAS on throttle to full. We're actually gonna take all the data from here. We're going to chuck it in, anything that we can have. We're going to pin this, and we're going to clean the experiments, and we are throttled to full, right? So go. And now this one I want to turn just a little bit below 70 on the ball, because these SRBs are real hard to control. Once I kill the liquid fuel engines, which by the way, I'm going to kill the liquid fuel engines. We're going to follow prograde at 300 meters per second. Liquid fuel engines are off. F5 from here. Can we fizz warp? Usually we can on this ship, but we've seen it where we couldn't. We're able to fizz warp through this stage. Very, very good. As we get to the bottom... Oh, by the way, pull this up. As we get to the bottom of these SRBs, I'm going to come out of fizz warp. I'm going to fire up the liquid fuel engines. And then when they're stable, I'll drop them. And then we are already at our apoaps, so good. We're good to go. I'm going to F5 from here, and what we can do... Nope. Right now what we want to do is go up to a place where I feel comfortable blowing this fairing. So something up toward 60K. 4 times fizz warp. Just above 60K. Fairing goes off, then we collect the science. All that goes in. Val gets out. And while we're still in atmosphere, gets an EVA from there, reboards, 2, suck it all in, clean my experiments, and warp me up to space. Now that we're in space, we take the science again, because it's a different location. We throw all that in. She gets out, gives us an EVA. We throw both of those in to the places they need to be. Okay, that's new. I didn't know you could do that. 2, to suck anything in that didn't get in. Good. And you need to be following your progrades still, because we're coming up on our apoaps to burn for orbit. So let's go ahead and turn down a bit, and warp me up to that apoaps. And start firing. And we're going to be out in this stage not anytime soon. Okay. Okay, clean the experiments. Thank you for, for reminding me. Experiments re-cleaned. I'm not going to fizz warp. This will be done fast enough on its own. I will dip a little bit. I'll tug us off the prograde to pull the Apwaps toward us. And we are up. And we immediately want to go to Minmus. So, set you as my target. And we'll be leaving when Minmus is on the edge here. The moon is going to be in our fucking way again. Before I warp, let's make sure that my solar panels are deployed. And they will be. They are. So, I'm going to warp around the planet a bit. Till the moon's the fuck out the way. Thank you. And then we'll warp up to where we want to leave for Minmus, which will be putting Minmus more or less on Kerbin's edge. And at the descending node is going to be great. If I can fucking click there to do it. There you go. Just destroy the moon. It would be helpful for the speedrun at this point. In an American way. Just destroying the moon then would be a very American thing to do, right? You're supposed to be on your prograde. You will get there on your own if I just 4 times fizz warp you. And then start firing up this engine, which is very quiet, until I give it full throttle. And we're out there. We carry on with this guy. And he can 2 times fizz. This is 2 times fizz on the prograde. Jesus. Get it done. Okay. And we've got a miss encounter. That worked out beautifully. It's almost making up for what happened in the first part of this. So from here, well, shoot, Pawn. What? You needed to set up a node and go to it. So add a maneuver, go to that maneuver, reopen that maneuver while you're on your way, and then once you're there, pop this open, move it out so we don't trip over it as we're doing this, and then prograde me forward. Wow, came in very equatorial too. And 1, 2, 3 ticks up for a 39. Absolutely brilliant. Get on your maneuver node. Oh, you're on it? Excellent. Go ahead and fire then. Tiny, tiny little adjustment needed for this. 2 meters per second difference. What's my actual... I need it a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, so from here, we need to get the science again. So suck in all this stuff. And the boom's coming out, but apparently we can get it while we're out here. So there's the boom coming in. EVA report, thank you. You take that. Reboard. 2. Clean my experiments. And now we can go straight to orbit of Minmus. Don't go past the periaps, though, if you don't mind. Warp there. So now there's our ship coming up to Minmus. Good luck, man. Thank you very much, Gamber. The engine is only 3. Only by 3. What do you mean? If what you're saying is important, what do you mean? Suck this in. Give me this. And get all this data right now. Suck all you in. We can EVA. The seismic scan will come in right there, and then I'll EVA again. Thank you. Reboard 2. Suck it all in. Clean the experiments. And then get on your retrograde. Because we're going to burn this into, a Minmus capture. Just use the engines a little bit to get us onto our retrograde a little bit faster, and then fire in full. Okay, drive the periaps down to just above 10, is where I like it. Ooh, that is just above 10, isn't it? And where's our landing site? Not visible? Good, because we're not ready for it anyway. Bring me down to my periaps if you don't mind. Oh god, it's gonna take for fucking ever. But last time I tried to warp it, I actually took probably as long because I overshot the warp, so we'll let it go. We'll let it do its thing. Your symmetry was set to 3 instead of 4. Oh, there's only 3 engines on here. And we're still okay. That's why it took longer. Okay. Hey, we're gonna have more Delta V. Whoops. Lots of ways in which I can make this work, apparently. Give me all the data from low over Minmus now. We did high over Minmus, now we're doing low over Minmus. We're EVAing. Thank you. We're getting the EVA report. Reboard. 2. Clean those experiments. Oh, I didn't see what EVA we got. Shoot. Well, let's just take it again so that I know where we are right now. EVA. It was Highlands. Are you sure? Yes, okay, it was Highlands. Well, that's a great one to get. Put me on V. And let's burn the Apoaps down. You're going below. Just so that we can continue getting these EVAs as we go. We need to pick up some EVAs. So, along here, if that was Highlands, then this has got to be like Midlands, right? EVA report. Nope, already Lowlands. Alright, that's fine. 2. Slopes. EVA. EVA. Lowlands. EVA. Lowlands. EVA. Lowlands. EVA. Slopes. Yes. Boom. Got it. Okay, so we've got 3 biomes now. Highlands, Lowlands, Slopes. Is this going to be Midlands? No, it's Highlands again. Jesus, I can never get Highlands, and now we can't get anything but Highlands. Oh wait, that was not... I didn't want to shut that down. This all looks like Highlands. Coming up here, could it be Midlands? Midlands! Yes, thank you. B2. Please stay on your retrograde for me. I know you don't want to. What do we want at this point? I mean, I want the flats, you know. Entering Bobok's Arc. Cool. Are you over the flats? Now you're over the flats. EVA. A report. Greater flats. That's enough. We're going to just take that and say that that's enough. Maybe we can get the other flats as we're coming down, but I need my landing site to be visible. So we'll just warp until it is. That's not it. There it is. That's the one I want. And we'll go to about here to twist. It's going to be a anti-normal twist. So 4 times fizz. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then give me a retrograde burn. Pull it down. Is it this way? Push up? No, it's the other way. Okay. Nope, it was the other way. I was right the first time. See, I'm trying to slow us down. Well, I pull us up. Again, I'm going to be doing this, huh? You're going to be doing this again. Great. Right, you're on your retrograde, though? Good. Go ahead and 4 times warp me. I need you back up. That's the thing that I never should have closed. You're going to be really close to scraping this as you come in, pawn, so, you know, look. And listen. Yeah, that's going to hit it. So I'm going to need you to be actually... I don't know what it would be, so I'm just pulling to the north. It's a radial. I don't know which one. Or I'm pulling to the up, so to speak. That should do it. F5, retrograde. 4 times fizz. Clears me that hell. And then from here, burn on our retro. And 4 times... Wait, we don't have to 4 times fizz. We're still in a place where I can actually just time warp. Now we can 4 times fizz. And I'm thinking we didn't get this, so let's grab it. EVA report, Mimesis flats, boom, back in, suck it in, and back to 4 times fizz warp. F5, good. Okay, we're going kind of fast now. Hold your retrograde. Whoa, okay, that's gonna be, yep, no, I got it. I got it now. I've got it. Quite do that the way that I needed to. Retro. If we go down to less than 1 point something. Yeah, this is good. This is so far. This is exactly how I want it to go. Okay, give me stability. I'll land it now. I'll land it. Just a usual, everyday, ordinary Ronin pawn landing. Anybody who knows me knows that this is just any given Tuesday. Just touch her down. Touch her down, let it settle. Let it settle, let it settle, let it settle. Little time warp. To settle it some more, and we are landed. F5. Alright, get me the data. That's all the data. You get out. Grab me a surface sample EVA report. Thank you. Reboard. I want you to suck everything in, clean the experiments, start the research, and let's go. Who wants to count to hopefully 29 and not 30? Oh wait, before we do that, we need one of the scientists to get out. And get away from the ship a little bit. Because last time we had a problem. And I need you to plant a flag. Not because of the category or the speed run. This is to get all of our scientists to level up to level 2. Because all of the science that we're about to collect will come in faster if they're level 2. F, B, F5 again. Research is still going. Let's go. Alright, science is now coming in, and we need to count to 29 or 30, depending on how this sort of works out. So, we have 500 science, we stop, we transmit. 5 times fizz warp as it goes. 1. I have to count these loudly and proudly like I'm declaring war on a nation, or else I will forget which one I'm on. I didn't actually hit level up. I do that, don't I? Keep going. Now they're all level 2 scientists. Ugh. Okay, ready for 2? 2. 2 of 30, or 29, depending. Back up to 500 science. Yep, we need line of sight with Kerbin to transmit. We have line of sight. 3. Can't transmit our science or, anything at all through the planet itself. So there is half the day when we're not allowed to transmit. And it's down to a little bit of luck whether or not I stop at the right time to be able to transmit. And we're going to stop here on 4, and we're going to put more data in. So 1, nope, 2, 3. So there's 3 of them. Okay, got it. Keep going. So we're on to 4, right? Because I see 3 there, but isn't it 4? Yes, thank you. Putting more data in means that the rate of science being manufactured stays high, depending on how much science you've got, or how much data you've got in the research lab. Science will generate slower or higher. So I take it to about half of what the data can store, which is 750. When I get into the 300s, then I stop and fill it with more data so that we're not taking additional time to manufacture the science to send home. Shoot, Vino, are you counting? I think you're just out of I think there's a bit of lag or something. I needed to be counting and I'm not, and I feel like we're already on 6. Am I wrong? Transmit science. 6? Is that 6? Or was it 7 then? 6, we're coming for dicks. Oh, God. This is not good. So now we're in the 300s. When we get the next set of science, I will stop and refill it. Dainke says it's 6 that we're on. Good. So this will be 7. And there's 7. And I'm going to throw in more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's that one in the middle you got to watch out for, pawn. And then keep going. So that was 7. You guys are on some slow ass. Big lag. Big lag. Stop. Transmit. Hopefully. Like, I'm saying that because I'm worried. There's an 8 then. By my count, 8. My count could be wrong, though. And we missed line of sight, and I missed it again. There's line of sight. 9. And of course we're grinding this out because we need about 15,000 science to upgrade, to finish this category and buy everything in the R&D center. Missed line of sight again. 10. And after this one I will stop and put more data in. Pawn, don't trust us. Alright, I'm not going to trust you. I'm going to go with my count. $11. Now, review the data. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Sorry? I've never heard that sound before. Okay, nope, missed line of sight. $12. $13. We want to get to 19 on this first wave of transmissions before we change sites. And if we don't, then that means we didn't get enough science for this. $14. Which would be a pretty big bummer. After this one, I stop and put more data in. Missed line of sight. $15. Missed line of sight. $16. This isn't looking good. I think we missed science somewhere. $17. $18. Transmit that. Transmit that. Transmit that. I'm gonna grind out this last 19 from here. Before we change sites. And that's 19. F5. Where am I going? You should goddamn well know you're going to the west. West by southwest. So give me some height. And west by southwest. Okay. Getting a retrograde. 4 times fizz. Hopefully 40 meters per second was enough to clear this gap. Looks like it's going to be. Can I have 5 from here? Ooh, I can. Must be like above 500 meters or something like that, right? We look good. Slow down. Not lose time the way that we did last time trying to be fast when actually it made us slower. Okay, let me fall a bit more. We're still well above things. SAS off. Time warp. Untime warp. Time warp. Untime warp. It's an F5. Get the data. Thank you. Get out. Give me the surface sample EVA report. Thank you. B2. Clean the experiments and keep going. Okay, so that was 19 we got, plus some transmissions. Uh, 20. Good luck there. 21. 21. Good luck on the stops there. See if it holds out. Nope. $22. However, we do have 420 data. So I guess that's lucky. After this one, I stopped, put more data in. Good stop. 23. Transmit you, I guess. It's not a lot of data. Missed it. $24. $25. After this one, I stop and put in the no data that we don't have. $26. Give me everything that we had before. Transmit it. Yes. Transmit it. Transmit it. Transmit it. Transmit it. Yes. You get out. Surface sample EVA report. Back in. 2. Check it. Transmit it. Transmit it. Okay. Clean the experiments, although it's not going to be helpful to me. Track for PB, yes. It's going to be a little bit sketchy here at the end because of the place that we're in for science. But I am adapting right now with the transmissions. Trying to, anyway. Nope. Missed line of sight. 28. Right? 27, rather. 27. We're going to 28. It's 1,000 missing. Do you think you have 1,000? No, I don't. We have to go to 29. We have to go to 29, which means we're going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel on this data. It's going to take a very long time to get that 29th set of 500 science out of this data. But at that point, we might not even need all of the 29. Let's do half the 29 and come back. 300 out of the 29 and then go back. Because we might have the science between transmissions and leftovers from previous missions. Nope, missed line of sight. Transmit science. Okay. So I'm going to get 300 of this this 29th. You know, I'm going to take 300 of the science, then we're going to head back and hope that that's enough. Because I think we just transmitted around 500, and I think we left with 300. You know, in the banks or somewhere near there. So I think we only actually need like 200, which is why I'm going for 300. You see how long it's taking to get this final 300 in, too. 300. Transmit. Some of the 29th, and then back to the Space Center. Yes, we have everything we need. Okay, let's start clicking. Start clicking. End of the game, click fast. I've got a method. Is it a good one? Apparently not, because I'm struggling already. Click. Click. There you go. It's coming together better. I got a method, I'm trying to make sense of it. Let's just keep the buttons near the button. Keep what you gotta click near what you gotta click. For the least throw. Come on.
Run faster, jump higher.
Okay, a little late on the firing of the final split there. Woo!
Ronin porn.
Thank you, little magnets. That is the new world record, down by another 4.5 minutes over our last run, and we have gone sub 1 hour 10 minutes. There is room to be saved in that run. There is time to be saved in that run. I don't think I can be bothered to save it. I think that's my last run of the category, and I'm going to retire until somebody beats it. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 29 seconds. Some of best down to 1 hour and 3 minutes off of the golds that we have generated in these splits so far. I'm happy. I'm happy at this point. May have to give it a go myself, says Greybeard Wizard. Yeah, he's just gonna, well, wait until I get mine in, though, you know? Because you were good about Ronin Pawn 1 week ago, had the world record 4 days ago, boom, you took it. That's a good, you just don't submit before I get it up here. That's the game, everybody. And it's gonna be more like a 108-28, because I hit the wrong 1 key on the keyboard. To end the timer, but I think I just did it, and I think I did it to my satisfaction. You know, let somebody else do it without the flaws, because my run was. What did I mess up big time there? The landing? Both landing sites I came in too low and had to make a correction burn, but also there was that one, the 2 landings during this speed run where I ended up flipping and all kinds of stuff going on, right? The wrong 1 key says Triflistic? Yeah, I didn't hit the numpad key, which is the one that fires the splitter. Instead, I hit the key over here on the number bar on the keyboard. 1 hour 8, though. Sub-hour seems too tasty? You think you could go sub-hour? I mean, my sum of best does say 103. So, and we know that we could gold harder in all of those categories. That would be so hard to get, though. That would be so hard to get. And I'm not going to be the one to go for it until I'm beaten. If you get like a 102, maybe I'll come back and I'll try and beat the 102, but damn. Damn. You know? I think there's work to be done in terms of figuring out, you know, all those EVAs that I take a minute and a half or so to collect over Minmus are supposed to make it so that we have enough data to keep grinding data to make sure that we're getting the science in fast. But even with them, I'm still coming to the end of the run, and yeah, we had a whole set that we could have skipped here. We could have stopped at 28 because we've got 647.9. So actually, we could have stopped at 28 and some. You know, get a little bit of 28, transmit it, not go for the 29th. Or even a portion of the 29th. You know what I'm saying. We could have done 1 less transmission in total and been back here. So there's another little time save if you can be paying attention to how much science you're leaving from and then how much science you're transmitting from Minmus while you're paying attention to all of the other things that are absolutely critical in this route. But that's another, one whole transmission, especially at the end. That's like 30 seconds time save right there. So it does make me question whether or not the time taken to get those EVAs is helping, or if we've got to grind it out at the end anyway, why not trade the minute and a half that I'm flustered trying to figure out, is this a new EVA site or not, for having to grind it out for another minute and a half at the end. If it's the same time either side, let's do it straightforwardly. That's the idea. You warped today 10, both mission with the moon encounter. Sorry? Little Magnus, you warped to day 10 times, both mission with the... I still don't understand. Perfect luck in money laundering equals sub-hours, as we know. That would help too, yeah. We had a lot of good luck on the money laundering, but we did have one stint, which usually comes in after you upgrade to, when you're coming back from Minmus. There's a lot of contracts in there for 30,000, and maybe it would be worth it to time warp for longer outside of mission control to try and clear those out, because those do seem to stick around, and I still have to process through them even after I come through with a bit of a time warp there. So lots of little things that can be shaved off of this run in order to make it faster, but I think that's me, taking the belt and going home. Still think you could run the lab as soon as you're in space. If I've got the solar panels open, you're right. I could, because we now know that the lab only draws 5 electric charge, and if we've got 8 panels on there, then we're generating like 10 to 12 electric charge, so long as there's sun on them. And we've got 12 batteries in there, so there's, 4,000 ECU of buffer between, going completely out of electricity, and if we do, there are ways to recover it. So you're absolutely right. That is a, minor risk of things getting a little bit complicated but being totally recoverable that you could take to start processing science the moment, that you launch the mission. And you'll be processing it with a level 1 and a level nothing scientist, because Bob went on the Minmus mission, he's a level 1 by the time you do it. So it'll take longer, but you'll have something to start with. So that is more time save, Even if it's just 15, 20 seconds, you traded it for clicking a button. So yeah, that could be done as well. Do the engines generate power? I'm not sure if the thuds generate power or not. But that would be a good backup, and really when you get down to it, when you got a ship that big, and you got those kind of solar panels, it's pretty hard for the sun not to hit them. If it doesn't hit them, it's probably because of an, occlusion, because of the sun is behind Kerbin, the sun is behind something. And that won't last long enough to be an issue on the run. It's a bit scary to throw in the mix with everything else, which is why I was like, I don't trust it, and I don't need another complication at this point. So that's what I went with. What's the time split software you use, says Triflistic? It's Live Split, is what it's called. And you have to make your own split file, or really download a split file for, that somebody else has, have them give you a copy, and then you can edit one. And it's not that hard to work with, but it is that hard to work. It's a bit of its own sort of a thing to set it all up, The split file's easy enough, but then configuring the way that you want it to look, really you can get into the minutia of it if you want it to be exactly the way you want. But yeah. If you get Bob to place a flag on his solo mission, could he make level 3? If he placed a flag on his solo mission to land it on Minmus, and then he comes home, he could be level 2 right then for coming back after planting the flag on his solo mission. And then we send him back up, he plants another flag also on the surface of Minmus. I know that they get experience points for doing that sort of regardless. Maybe. Bob would have to go to Duna, says Germasian. But Germasian, didn't we, in my normal mode playthrough, in my casual, just not speedrunning playthrough, didn't we get all of my scientists and everybody to level 3 once they had landed on Minmus? Maybe that had to do with the fact they'd all been to the moon, at least orbit of the moon at the space station. But I could have swore, like, we got everybody up to level 3, and it was just by, you know, they landed on Minmus, we clicked the button, they were... It must have been that they'd done other things, right? Because in this very speed run, we are landing a new scientist on Minmus, having a flag planted in his radius, and then clicking the button, and he gets to level 2. So, you can't just land him and get level 3. I don't know. Maybe Dramatian's right. I don't know what you'd need to get level 3. But having one of our 2 scientists be level 3, would that really help that much? I mean, when we are doing this in science mode, where all of our scientists are upgraded to the hilt, they are, the science processes as fast as it possibly can be. And I don't see that there's a big difference between these level 2 scientists grinding it and the level 5 scientists in science mode grinding it. It's there, but it's a difference of, a second, maybe, when you've got a full data container, and maybe it gets bigger when you don't. But I don't know. Would it be worth it? I mean, it would if you just had to plant a fucking flag, I suppose. Sorry, Ronan Pawn, do you have any plans to do more KSP categories, or are you moving on? I mean, now that you beat me in my world record over there, I might just go back and grind that out, because having the experience from doing this, which is a way more complicated run, it was way harder for me to get, like, used to all the things in the money game and the this and that can go wrong, and oh god, the moon's in our way. I think I could probably get over there and give you a run for your money on the world record that you just set, so I might go back and run against that. But I would like to do 100% KSP, starting with the science mode of 100%, which involves landing all the planets and planting a flag on all the planets and unlocking all of the facilities by buying into them and unlocking the entire tech tree. Now, there is a category on the KSP leaderboards which is all-round trips, and this is actually pretty competitive for KSP. These boards aren't like bumping and stuff. We look at the 100% and there's 2 people on it. A lot of empty categories, but career mode all-round trips, we've got 2 people in competition with, 1 hour, low 1 hour runs here. Mr. Shannon, who's got the 100% record as well, and Ultimate Steve 99. We've got some competition on this board. This is like the most fought over board. Well, maybe not, but it's the long category, the big one. I don't think I really want to compete against these guys on all-round trips. I would rather be learning the same route, except in 100%. And start in science, where apparently nobody's run it, and that'll just make it easier. And it's just about unlocking, the tech tree in the appropriate way. So, but yeah, I would like to do that. And that is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. That is an entire day off of the speed run. Studying, and the way that I would go about it is the way that I went about the Tech Tree Unlock Science mode, which is I studied Hardliner Slug's run and figured out what he was doing, and then adapted, modified, and shaved time off here and there, and then just delivered it as fast as I could. I would do the same with Mr. Shannon's run. I would basically cheat off of all of the hard work that he has done in figuring out the launch windows for each of the planets, and the launch windows from this planet to that planet, and his work in figuring out what he believes to be like the fastest and most manageable way of having like 3 different missions running concurrently, and having one of them, landed on a planet waiting for its launch window while another one is launching, while another one is coming back, that kind of a thing. I would just take a lot of notes, and it's going to be a lot of notes, because I believe there are 13 or 14, is it 13 or 14 landable, bodies in Kerbal, in the Kerbal solar system. So that's a lot of transfers, that's a lot of landings, that's issues with Eve, trying to push through its atmosphere, trying to land without blowing your ship up, trying to take off without blowing your ship up, trying to get out and plant a flag without, your Kerbal tripping, hitting the ground and popping because of the denseness of the atmosphere pressing down on him and the gravitational pull of the planet. It's trying to land on, I believe, Jewel, one of the moons, is almost entirely water, but there's a little bit of land there. It's like having to, plan that landing, get into an orbit, and then actually land that one carefully, whereas most of the rest of them are, crazy fast, don't care if I die or not, direct descent, suicide burn kind of style landings. So there's a lot to be done in that run, and it would make me feel so much better about doing it if this... Except for I was, one of the things I was going to do before this live stream and did not do is something that I will do now, which is because I do want to do it. I just want to be incentivized a little bit more because it is so much work. I am changing that sub-goal count to looking for 130. 130 subscribers to kick that off. And my plan for the immediate future is, I think... next Kerbal run is going to be, I'm going to come back and compete against you, Greybeard Wiz. We're going to go back to Tech Tree Science, and I'm going to see if I can't, grind my 58 down to a sub 53 and compete with you for that one. And then when that's done, I'm gonna go back to Cluster Truck for a bit and see how much you guys want that to happen. I want to do it, and honestly, if the subscriber goal doesn't come in, then we'll just end up doing it. But like I say, it's going to be a whole day's worth of just research. And I will feel better about doing that when you guys make me feel like, well, now I owe it to them. But I'm going to bank those splits, save those splits, and, pat myself on the back because that's a world record. Greybeard was saying, did you take a look at the glitch, though? Infinite fuel. Infinite fuel and thrust multiplier. Yes, I have watched Mr. Shannon's run. It is impressive. It's the only reason why I would want to run that category. No way do I want to design, all those different ships and then have to build them from scratch in a new career mode, file or a science mode file for the different circumstances that you have to deal with. The only way that I would run those categories is with Mr. Shannon's infinite fuel, thrust multiplied, I broke the game kind of a thing going. And Milgrips, at the end of the live stream, driving us toward the 130 goal there, with 5 subs. Thank you so much for gifting the subscriptions to Jake and About, Vino, 00, Leaf Kynes, Corleana, and Alt. Welcome to the Big Dick Club, everybody. Right here at the end of the live stream, too. Thank you so much, Milgrips. We're that much closer. And, maybe if we get there before I start on the grind for Cluster Truck, then there will be no break between KSP speedruns. We'll see, but we're that much closer thanks to you, Milgrips. Thank you so much for that. Thanks, everybody, for coming out and watching. I'll see you on the leaderboards. Pawn out. Swibbling, nice, disgusting, all that fucking